Oh, what? Oh, hi.
Exactly why they were the specialists of the body. They had the ability to create shape-shifting face dancers and to reanimate the dead as Olaf and axolotl tanks. The ultimate code is the one grounded in the being of biological bodies. The genetic code, the long-held Bennett secret, is their equating of the being of language with DNA, the genetic code that they call God's language on the Tleilaxu and Nova Tleilax, Dune Revenant. Welcome back to Dune Saga, everyone. This is Season 5 of our Dune campaign here on the Stolen Fires channel. I'm Eric, the GM for this multi-arc adventure series, which continues tonight with our final storyline, Eye of the Storm. A warm welcome and salutation to old and new viewers alike to this channel on Twitch, where there's always an awesome TTRPG live play to look forward to. Just as a content warning, this program features adult situations and language and may not be suitable for all ages, so viewer discretion is advised. As we continue our collective descent into hell, we still want to bring attention to the plight of the people of Gaza and the West Bank at the hands of the Israeli government and their enablers. So please support groups like Palestine Action, the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights, and the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. You can find them at global.palestineaction.org/donate, uscpr.org, and pcrf.net, respectively. Music attributions go out to Pixabay, Scott Buckley, Darren Curtis Music, Whiteback Audio, Hoag Music, Tabletop Audio, Repulsive Sound, and Blear Moon. You can find more awesome ambient tunes and sounds over at secretpress.bandcamp.com, scottbuckley.com.au, darrencurtismusic.com, and pixabay.com/music. Thank you for our viewers and fans for tuning in. Our Haas entourage is here and ready to engage in the deadliest of intrigues. Agents of the Imperium, tell our audience who you are, where they can find you online, and who you'll be playing this evening. Beginning with Leo.
Hello, my name here is Leo. You can find me here playing Dune on Thursdays, and today I'll be playing Archibald.
Ambrose.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ambrose. Pronouns are he or they. And you can find me here right now. And I will be Lysander, and then Zoshir, and then who knows? The sky's the limit, right? Or the galaxy's the limit? Or the universe is the limit?
Indeed. Khaldun.
I'm Khaldun Khalil. You can call me Moon. I write for role-playing games, things like that. You can find me on the Storyteller's Vault and here on Twitch at Moon RPGs, and I'll be playing Nadim Harkonnen, the Twisted Mentat.
Good. Aaron.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron. Pronoun she, her, fae, fair. I'm good Cthulhu pretty much everywhere. You can find me here. I officially put a video on my YouTube channel for the first time because I'm running public access Wednesday mornings. I am playing Administrator Eloise, whose pronouns are she, they.
Last but not least, of course, Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm also Stolen Fires. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy your time here. You can find previous episodes of this show, along with all other shows, over at Stolen Fires on YouTube. And I will be playing Lady slash Sayadina Daphne.
Good. And just for a quick recap, could you do us the honors, Aaron?
Absolutely. Let me pull it up because I definitely remember to do that before game started.
So I posted it early.
All right. Their mission complete, Ryza and Dr. Kynes return to the Sipo Teeman to report success. Their arrival and survival comes as a surprise to the holdout Fremen, but one of the face dancers has been injured. The Fremen believe in claiming his water, but Ryza and Dr. Kynes deflect and save him. They take responsibility for him. However, the Fataken are still wary of an alliance. Ryza offers to bring some of them back to Zoshir's Siege. A tall Fremen, Chonab, is chosen of Shai Halud is selected as envoy. Clearly, they're going to expect something back from Zoshir in exchange for pledging their service. The other Fataken tell the story of the thinking machines they encountered. Dr. Kynes and Ryza report on the events to naive Zoshir. They discuss what Allfather might want in the middle of the desert from the sandworms. Archibald inadvertently suggests that the thinking machines may not be entirely dead, which gives Chonab pause. Are they, or are they not telling the truth? Daphne does her best to save the situation, pointing out that explosives plus desert sand will disrupt Allfather's objective of surveillance. After more talks, Chonab departs seemingly with good intentions. Zoshir, however, feels almost like slime has been poured on him, especially about the greening of Dune and how the Idwali made him promise not to force any change on their culture, which the greening would certainly do. He approaches Dr. Kynes. Dr. Kynes explains what her father learned of Arrakis's ecological history, including how it used to be blue and full of water, and how Shai Hulud might not even be native to this planet, which throws Zoshir for a loop. But the greening, even though it would happen only at either pole of the planet and leave the equator for Shai Hulud, Arrakis would be fundamentally transformed. Zoshir recognizes that even though this is a generational project, the Adwali would still reject this change. Perhaps Soshir can explain that this is returning Arrakis to how it truly used to be in a way that they can accept. Daphne points out that the only way for Arrakis to ever be truly free is for the Fremen to control the production of melange. Dr. Kynes agrees, though Daphne also points out that the two factions who consume the most melange, the Guild and the Bene Gesserit, won't be pleased to have their access reduced. Around this time, Eloise arrives on World and makes her way alone to the siege. She briefly accepts spice from Ryza, but heads directly to the meeting room where she can speak with the inner circle. She deploys an Ixian dampener and lets her mask slip to reveal how she feels. Utterly defeated. Administrator Eloise plays back the recording of her meeting with the Emperor and Mohayim, when Eloise almost fell to Allfather. Eloise also confesses she feels responsible for Mosum's death, especially because she sent Emir after Lady Randall. She plans to also confess to the Landsrad. Lastly, she asks Daphne to take care of the child Emir has paid the Twi'leksu to create. Oh, and she needs Archibald to get the atomics on Jabberwock. Then they argue. Daphne objects to Eloise's elaborate plan for suicide, but Eloise doesn't see a way forward. She's seen the future. Daphne says she'll look to the past, the memories she might have of the first time humanity won the Butlerian Jihad. Eloise also offers the Ixian probe to Archibald, who wonders if he could use it to remove Allfather from his own head. Perhaps it might also kill him. Eloise asks the Naib what he thinks. Most of this is over his head, but he should focus on the liberation of Arrakis. And Zoshir realizes he's just another piece of a larger machine to engineer the downfall of the Imperium. Just before Eloise leaves, Daphne introduces her to young Adelaide and Milos. The children seem happy to see her. As Eloise greets her niece and nephew, Daphne asks what name Eloise would want to give her children. Janice, suitable for a child of Spachare. It's time for Archibald to depart for Jabberwock. Before he does so, though, he and Eloise need to speak. Not as Administrator General, but as family. Eloise brings up how Archibald and his brother stole her from her other family. Archibald seems unsure what to do with his child, thinking the baby is safe on Jabberwock. Eloise slaps him for that. The baby certainly isn't safe being raised by Yeva. Eloise points out how the Cheshire generations have been hurt by not having both their parents, and tells Archibald to raise his baby with Anessa. Even if it's in a war zone, the baby will be loved and they'll have each other. Archibald agrees, but he has a question about Eloise's visions. He wants to know if his plan is feasible. This causes them to talk about visions of the future and what else they might see, but they end the discussion in alignment, and end the talk with an affectionate hug, which is a unique experience for both of them. With that, he's off to Jabberwock. He takes Lysander with him, along with the rest of his Varangian guard. As Archibald lands, he feels a knot form in his stomach, a reminder of when he flew combat missions on this planet. He chooses a direct approach, claiming to be an auditor. They take him to Châtelet and Schumann Librius, unhappy to be interrupted. As Archibald enters, he is met with Yeva's icy cold stare and the cries of his child. He notices his child has purplish spots on her hands and toes. Her name is Indigo, due to her propensity for bruising. She blames Daphne's earlier poisoning for the baby's difficulties. Archibald surprises her by apologizing. He realizes his mistakes, especially as he can tell how exhausted and haggard Yeva is. He'll never see Yeva again, he promises, and he'll send her to Ikaz, where her physical maladies can hopefully be treated. She can't help but fire off a few more barbs, though she can clearly tell something about him is different. They go a few rounds back and forth, but this wasn't what Yeva was expecting. She hands Indigo off to him. When Archibald brings Omelis, Yeva said he was released from the garden some months ago, but banished for conspiratorial thinking. He lives in a hut with some woman. Archibald takes his leave of her, bringing his daughter to the Ark while Yeva is sent to Ikaz. The general, accompanied by Lysander, make their way to Omelis. It's clear how much the planet has been damaged. The sky is different and the contamination may take decades to clean up. But there are enough people here. As Archibald travels, he also sees a statue, a woman in guild garb, as children reach for her. Eloise. A plaque gives her name as Mother of Orphans. Graffiti, however, blames House Cheshire for their troubles. Knocking on the door, they are brought into the humble abode. Omelis is clearly in poor health. He's dying at the end of an exceptionally long life. His condition is so bad that he doesn't even recognize Archibald or Lysander, but he does recognize their names when he's told them. He thought they were both gone for good. Archibald asks for what he came for. Can Omelis teach him to strengthen his mind? Archibald explains he's not trying to defend against some kind of mental illness, but the return of thinking machines. Omelis can't help much himself, but someone else can. Pardo Reed. He hands over the machine which has what remains of Pardo's memories. He talks about serving several generations of Cheshire, about the pain and strife, but also beauty and grace, and warns them to not let their enemies turn the Cheshires into them. He bids Archibald a final goodbye. Archibald tells the guild to also provide what comfort they can before picking up a few keepsakes for Daphne, mostly his and Pardo's notes. Archibald walks away from Amelis. He examines the Ixian probe with its unique ability to trade memories back and forth. Before doing anything, he orders his faction, the White Rabbits, to begin unloading the House atomics. But there's no response. He heads to the Ark in orbit. Eloise isn't there, but Edric is. Lysander takes a small personal ship to the moon, managing to make it without being spotted. While the atomic silos are here and there's activity here, he doesn't see any sign of the White Rabbits. Have they abandoned their general? The only thing he can see are Landsrad uniforms. Finally, on Twi'leks, Eloise arrives. She arrives with an aggressive offer to get her and Amir's child back. Double whatever Amir paid. Elsewise, she'll jump to the center of the planet. Oh, and she wants 4 face dancers. They take some umbrage to her threat, but are mostly willing to play along. But there's a catch when Eloise also requests the equipment to keep her embryo alive. The fetus isn't hooked up to a machine, as much as it is a person, one who can't really leave the planet.
Thank you for reading that, Aaron, and thank you, as always, to Rachel for taking excellent notes.
I put a
I think
very excellent pun in there and nobody noticed.
Oh, I noticed.
Okay. Well, you named him, so I figured you would.
Well done. I think we'll start with a little bit of action here, where we left off with Lysander, so you'll be able to keep your current momentum pool of 2 as it stands. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so Lysander, you've arrived on one of the 2 moons of Jabberwock. We'll call this Snack, I guess. This is where the House Cheshire atomics are being kept, and where the White Rabbits, the people who are phonetically loyal to General Archibald, are typically located. But they have not been answering the phone when you tried to communicate with them. So when you arrived, you did so clandestinely, and you approached the facility where the White Rabbits inhabit, and you see signs of the Landsrad's current occupation here. There are no White Rabbits to be found here, but from what little you can see, it seems that they've been detained and kept inside this facility. What do you do as you're faced with this currently? Not Archibald. This is Lysander.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know if they would have any ill intentions towards me?
Well, they are here on behalf of the Landsrad, which may or may not be partially or completely overtaken by Allfather's influence, such as the Emperor has recently demonstrated.
Okay.
And your house is no longer around and has been thrown in with the likes of Leto Atreides, who is soon to be executed. So, probably not. They would probably not see you as the hero that you are. They'd probably look to try to apprehend you if they manage to catch wind of you.
So, sneaky time.
Right.
Um,
So far, they haven't gotten caught sight of you. You rolled very well the last session, and so you've avoided any sort of detection, both when you arrived in your aircraft, your spacecraft, and as you began moving out onto the terrain.
okay. And mm, what refresh my memory what exactly my objective was here.
To perform reconnaissance, because the objective currently is to reacquire the Cheshire atomics, for which the General Archibald knows the codes for.
Okay. Is there a map?
There is no map. Are you able to see the background that I am sharing on Roll20?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's the
God.
facility.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and those little tokens in white are Landsrad guards, representative
Fantastic.
1 or 2 at a time. Yeah.
Do I know of a secret entrance by any chance?
It's a good question. Let's see. Make it a difficulty 3. I'm going to spend 2 threat. So you're going to be at 13. I'm going to be at 13 threat, and I'm going to say that the difficulty is an understand roll of 3 or higher. If you fail, you get a point of advancement.
Okay. Does anyone mind if I use a momentum? Okay.
Go ahead.
And so that gives me 3 dice, yes?
Yeah. If you spend a momentum, you get 3 dice exactly.
I shall do. Danger sense doesn't count here? Or does it?
Well, no, not for
Okay.
remembering whether or not there's a secret entrance.
Ooh.
I remember.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so you got 4. That's 1 more than you needed, so you
I
earn
know
back
all
that
the
momentum
secret
that you spent.
entrances.
Yeah, you're familiar enough that you know that there's a way to get in. If you spend the last 2 momentum in the pool, we'll create that trait for the scene and say, yeah, you can get in whenever you want, or get easy access and bypass the guards.
Okay. Perfect. Sneaky sneak time.
Very good. All right. Now, just to make sure that the guards don't see you once you gain entry. Well, actually, no. You basically bypass the infiltration phase. You make your way down there very quickly, and very quietly. It's a series of tunnels that go deep underneath the surface and that link up into this through a porthole of some kind, some kind of an access way that'll get you access into this internal prison that they have set up down here. Let me read to the next thing here. That was fast. This is kind of like what the interior to this place appears like. It's just endless rows of cells that have shielded doorways, essentially, and they go all the way up to the ceiling. Large floodlights that fill the immediate area, and down below are just like these Landsrad guards in their full armored selves. They don't know. You notice one thing about them is that they don't have shield emitters. They have just regular armor on, like very thick armor that could probably withstand an explosive. They do carry blades and Mauler rifles and the like with them. Different kinds of munitions that you're not used to seeing employed very often. But yeah, so far they're unaware of your presence. How do you want to proceed? Do you want to try to free as many of the white rabbits as you can? Do you want to try to establish contact with somebody else? Report in, as it were, or leave well enough alone, backtrack out of there? I think you're muted.
I was. Excellent. I'm leaning towards contacting because then I can be their eyes on the inside and someone could come in and do things. Or
You are not getting a signal from down here.
hmm. Hmm. I think I'm in over my head to try and do anything by myself. Probably the smartest thing to do would be to backtrack out
Okay.
and get reinforcements.
Try to get back out top side. Give me
Yeah.
an stealth roll, similar to what you did before. This time, make it 3.
You want me to do understand or move?
This will be move. Because if
Perfect.
you're making your way back onto the surface and potentially getting in your spacecraft and taking off again, then yeah, you're gonna have to make that roll.
Okay. Yes, I have a focus this time. Ugh.
Oh, okay.
We've got
That's
4
the
bennies.
negative. You do have 4 bennies if you want to try re-rolling
Just putting it out there.
the 17.
Yeah.
I would like to re-roll that 17. Thank you.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
Oof.
Nope. So, you were able to get in without any problems. And you see, the white rabbits are being kept in this captive state, perhaps as hostages, perhaps as a bait for you and the rest of the Cheshire clan. And you realize this only a little bit too late. When you try to backtrack out, some kind of motion sensor goes off, quiet alarm,
Cool.
and you don't notice that they notice that you're here until you reach your ship. At which point, a group of Landsrad soldiers raise their weapons and urge you to raise your arms and surrender.
Okay.
You work for the guild. It's
You
fine.
slowly raise your hands.
I slowly raise my hands, and as if I hear Administrator Eloise in my head. I work for the guild.
You're gonna try to talk your way out of this one? Oh, this is gonna be a sight to see.
Yeah, Lysander's not exactly the diplomatic type.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a hard roll, because the guild has no business coming here, especially sending just one agent. They would usually be a lot more open about it, so that automatically raises your difficulty a little bit to 4.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Remember, you have
communicate?
some bennies.
Yeah, this is going to be communicate. I don't think you have deception. Although if you did as a focus, you would be adding it in this particular case.
That would be amazing, but I
You
do
can
not.
pay me some
Alas.
threat if you want to roll a third or more die.
Yeah, you know what? You could use more threat. You could always use more threat.
Certainly. Okay. Go ahead and roll when you're ready. You got this.
Okay. I'm gonna give you enough threat to get 3 dice, and hopefully I'll roll a 2 on one of them.
Hmm.
I lied. I'll take 4 dice.
4 dice. Okay. So I'm gonna get 2 more threat. Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
I think to 14. Almost back to full.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
Hmm.
no.
You want to
Can
use
I-
that yet another Benny to
I
reroll the
would
18?
use that Benny.
Yes, please.
Do it.
If
Do
that's
it.
okay with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Go ahead. Reroll that 18.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. They don't
15 is.
they don't monologue. They just, one of them throws fires something at you that looks to be like a net with some weighted ends on them, and they kind of wrap around and because they're magnetized, they go and they snap together around your legs, particularly. So you're essentially immobile for the meantime. Do you
Cool.
try to fight back or do you surrender? Try to call.
I don't have signal
Hmm.
uh down here. Um
Well, this is as you get to the surface. That's where you
oh.
landed
Hell
your
yeah, I'm gonna try
vessel.
and call.
Okay. This getting in contact with him is going to be tricky because they're purposely setting this up so that you can't get through. So go ahead and roll. That's going to be your choice: understand or communication. And I'm going to give it standard difficulty, but because he gave me the threat, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 and raise it to 3.
Chet. Okay, I'm gonna try communicate even though it's my worst skill out of
Okay.
because it just makes more sense. I'm not gonna give you any more threat. I'm just gonna hope for the best. Oh, son of a bitch.
Well then, you're trying to raise General Archibald in the arc in general on your communicator. Not it's and just the signal's just coming through scrambled. Um, and that's when a pair of these two guards come up and they have like these stunning baton type things. Do you surrender to them as they requested, or do you fight back?
Wait, they came up to the arc?
No, 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 no. They're coming up to Lysander to just kind of surround him.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Wait,
gonna
so
basically like try to zap him
okay, where am I?
if he doesn't surrender. That is, you're on the arc. You're in command underneath Edric. That is.
So,
I think Nadim and Edric technically have the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not gonna go down without a fight. They're gonna have to tase me.
They're gonna have to tase me, bro. Okay. 1 second. Cool. So you go first. They two of them move in, and like I said before, they have like very heavy looking armor on their person. And they try to basically try to corral you. Looks kind of like something like this. These two are over here, and like these two are over here somewhere. We're like at ranged. So they try to box you in, and yeah, you go first. You get to make the first move. Your legs are a little bit immobile, so your fancy footwork is not available unless you actually get more than 2 successes to remove that as a condition.
That's fine. Where we're going, we don't need any legs.
We don't need any legs. You have like
I
augmented
can
legs,
remove
so
them.
yeah, you can.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Okay, so what's my first roll? Sorry.
Well, what is it that you're trying to do? You're trying to like fight your way through and get to your ship? Are you gonna try to dispatch all 4 of them?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
That's the goal. I suppose I will attempt to get these things off my legs first.
Sure. Go
Is
for
that a battle or
it.
move?
To get the restraints off of you, that's gonna be a
Yeah.
move roll.
Okay. I have body control.
You do.
Does that help?
It might. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, cool. Booyah, 3.
Oh.
Boom.
Successes. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you remove the restraints, no problem. And now they start moving in. Let's see here. So now they get to go. Let's see. Landsrad. Okay, these guys are modeled after the Sardaukar, so they have similar sort of talents in that regard. Let's see, they're gonna move in and they're gonna use their battle on you. And they're on their duty, so they get the first die for free because of their proficiency in battle. So I'll give them I'll give them those two. They're going to use their focuses. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
God.
So one of them rolls abysmally. You just need a. I mean, I don't think you have your shield activated as of yet, but you can feel free to do so if you manage to succeed in this this battle roll of getting one or more successes. That was a terrible roll.
Sounds good to me.
Go for it. I'm going to spend 2 momentum and keep the initiative so that the other one will proceed and try to restrain you.
Okay.
Put up to 9. 9 threat, so he'll roll 3. Du-du-du.
Oh shit.
So one of them gets 1 success to try to hit you with like a stun rod type thing, and the other one gets 4.
Cool.
So I need you to make 2 rolls, 1 for 1 and 1 for 4, and see if you can defend yourself against these 2 assailants.
Okay.
Good luck.
Here we go. Battle duty. You don't mind if I use the momentum?
There is no momentum. You're going to be
No
paying me
momentum?
threat.
Oh no. Okay. No threat for you.
So you can probably generate momentum on the first roll because it's 1
Yeah, I mean-
success.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got tactics, shield fighting, and long blades for focuses. Does tactics count in this situation? No, that's battle stuff, right? Yeah.
Tactics might actually work in your favor in this particular case because this is not like a battlefield thing. It's just like a small, group of
Okay.
in more intimate combat that's taking place. So yeah, tactics absolutely work. 3.
Whoa.
Okay, you got 2 momentum from the first one. You managed to bring up your blade. Sorry, you go ahead and how do you?
Oh no, that's
manage
beautiful. Carry on.
3, so that's 2. You get 2 momentum from that. The stun rod that the Landsrad guard was attempting to try to slam you with slides easily off of your blade, one of your 2 blades, and you use that to push him down onto the snowy ground as the next one comes up and tries to lance you with his weapon. Go ahead and roll a second battle, 4 or higher.
Okay, I'm gonna use that momentum. Yay. That I generated.
Okay, so you're down to 1 momentum.
Oh snap.
Hey!
There you go.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you take advantage. You manage to squeeze out of the net, and the second thing you try to do is just basically defend yourself against the second one. You not only manage to the Landsrad's guards stunner ends up getting caught between the 2 blades, and you sever it completely from their hands. So that's it just ends up laying on the floor in multiple pieces.
That's
they
what you
kind of
call a
reel
buzzkill.
back. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and have you deduct a point of advancement, please. For that joke. And you see the 2 Landsrad guards. They now realize they're not just dealing with an average spy or infiltrator. They're dealing with a sword master, judging by your footwork and how you wield the blades and stuff, your stance. So they're like, "We need backup."
Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Time to
Yeah.
run.
Recommend killing the
It
one
is-
that's
it is your
starting to
turn.
call in.
Well, Jared, the problem is he's already called in. So,
Oh, good boy.
Run, bitch, run!
yeah, this bitch gonna run.
Okay. One sec. Secret messages. Very good.
no.
You try to run, jump into your ship, and take off. You're going to have to compete with them because they're all going to try to rush you at once.
Okay.
They get a free die, so this is a group of them all trying to attack you at once. So I'm just going to say I'm going to spend a point of threat here. And just say that I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1 regardless of what I roll because there's so many of them. This is going to be I'll say it's a move to try to cut you off. So it's move versus your move. They're following their duty. They're rolling 3 dice. They are not swift like you are. They don't have a focus on this. Wow. I'm going to use their malevolence because
no.
that was extremely weak. Let's see. That was worse. Okay. You just need you need 2 successes or more to basically move past them, get into your ship, and start it up, and try to get the hell out of there. You have 1 point of momentum that you can take right now and throw 3 dice at it.
Shall that be a move roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Move versus move in this particular case.
Okay. So I suppose I will take that momentum if everyone's good with that.
Good.
Okay, cool. Okay, here we go.
Holy
Holy
balls!
Jesus.
Okay, so
That's a lot of
wow,
momentum.
you got 3 momentum from that. You can spend this momentum immediately if you wish, or keep it in the pool. You can spend 2 of them, for example, to create another trait for the scene, or you can spend a point of momentum and ask me a question, then I have to answer truthfully. You know, the usual.
I will save the momentums for my friends'.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you manage to get to your ship, you power it on, and their weapons don't affect your craft, but they still fire at it anyway, and the rest of the Landsrad Guard sees what's going on, and they radio ahead to their buddies. And you're off into orbit and heading out back to the Ark, I imagine?
Yeah.
Try to lose these guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Second.
I imagine Lysander yells back, "You've got the aim of a stormtrooper!"
Very good.
Just kidding. He doesn't know what they are.
General Archibald, the scene shifts to you because you're within the same vicinity. I'm going to say you keep the 3 momentum and don't lose 1 as normal for changing the scene. But it's been a while since you've heard back from Lysander. At which point you hear some manner of alarm coming from the other members of the guild that are part of the engineering or the bridge crew. They radio in, and it's like, "Sir, we have Landsred ships moving in close. We're getting a communique. Should I patch them through?"
Yes.
You see, they're like, they put it through, and in your comm, you hear this very clear, calm, collected voice of what could only be like a commander or captain of some kind. They introduce themselves, and they're like, "This is," and it's like, we're here representing the entirety of the Landsrad. And it's like we understand that you're harboring fugitives that belong to House Cheshire and others within their orbit. It's like, you will allow us to board your ship and search for these captives and take them, or you will be fired upon.
These
So
motherfuckers have lost their mind.
Yep. So, question. Do I actually have Cheshires other than...
You have Lysander.
Well, is Lysander on my ship, though? He said he went
No.
back to the Ark.
He was heading back to the Ark from the Snack, one of the moons of Jabberwock, and he's being pursued by the Landsrad guards. At the same time that you're waiting for him to come back to the Ark, here comes the Landsrad.
Remember,
It's a
airlocks
trap!
Are a thing. Airlocks are a thing.
This is true. Airlocks are indeed a thing.
Daphne would never suggest that.
Oh no, it's definitely
Eloise would.
It's definitely a trap. I know that.
Please
for a
come
fact.
aboard. We're having some malfunctions here.
How are you?
So, what kind of weapons do these guys have on their like? Is it
Oh,
just
let me show you.
las guns?
So that's the arc up there at the top of the background, and on the bottom you see their ships as they're moving in on you. A couple of them appear to be recon ships, by which I mean that they have like a small contingent of soldiers that are ready to undertake combat as soon as they enter, and then the rest of them are actual like frigates that are armed with lasgun cannons that can not immediately, but they can dice this entire ship into pieces.
Are the ships they have mechanical?
By which you mean it's operated by not a computer? Yes.
Well, does it have computer aspects into it?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Or at least not that you know of.
So I don't like my ship doesn't have anything for any type of weapon.
It's
No.
a Hayliner. They're not really made for combat. Some are armored. I'll say that the Ark is because it's enormous. But it doesn't have like weapons to, attack and destroy targets, because that's not usually what the guild does. And since Eloise took over, she has her own Hayliner, and she's moving around the Imperium, as it were, and she hasn't taken the time to change anything regarding the makeup of the Hayliners themselves.
Okay.
To be fair, the one that you have control over, within that is actually within the hold of the Ark, because it fits. It's wildness enough to fit it inside. Does not also have weapons, but that is one that you don't need a Space and Guild Navigator in order to pilot.
Yeah, because I can pilot it. Okay.
So, you can utilize the element of surprise here if you wanted to bring it out of the garage and take it for a ride.
But that'd be for the sole purpose of running away, right?
I don't know. It's you have already demonstrated that you can control it. You don't know if there's a particular range with regards to the how you're able to command these automated Hayliners that Allfather has constructed, but if there's ever a time, this might be it.
Okay. I have two plans, two thoughts in my head. I was also thinking about.
Okay.
No, this is definitely a trap. They're gonna kill all of us either way. Yeah.
Wow, you're already going to that place, huh? We
Yeah,
lose
it's
Ambrose?
Alonzo.
Damn it.
So what I'm gonna do is you know what? I'm going to put that necklace thing on.
Mm-hmm.
That because obviously if I try to do anything like that, there's a chance that Allfather could take control of me. So I put that necklace thing on. Does anything?
Oh.
Yeah. Does anything crazy
The
happen?
medallion that you were given by Eloise?
No, the thing that Omelis gave me.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. And what is the objective that you're trying to achieve here?
Well, my thinking is if I actually interact with machinery, thinking machines, that basically Allfather can control me, kind of thing,
Right.
In my mind, what I got the gist of is that with this collar that Omelis gave me, I can potentially avoid that.
Okay.
If that's not how that works, I would. Yeah.
Well, what he gave you was what was left of Pardo Reed's memories and stuff like that within a retro, whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? It is a reverse engineered version of the Ixion probe. So instead of taking memories out, it kind of can put memories in.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's not a thing that I can do right this second. Okay.
No, but you do know that you have some ability to control automated things like your personal
Yeah.
Hayliner that is within the hold. That is a thing that you know that you can do.
Okay. So
It's still a little bit uncharted waters, but you can try it.
I actually have a pretty cool idea here.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have one of the guild representatives, which they are here,
just real quick before, just to give you an idea of scale here, the Hayliner that you see there, the Ark, is enormous, right? Yours is about half that size, but it still dwarfs every single one of those ships that you see there, the frigates and everything. And they
These
could
things,
it could be used to just like fly through them and destroy them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I figured that I should probably make a mention, like when it comes to scale, like your the half of a Hayliner is still tremendous,
Let them find out what happens when you jump through them, Archibald.
Yeah. I was thinking that. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if these guys were like super fragile at all.
No,
I think
Hayliners.
got it. Okay, so then yeah, if it's not gonna do anything to my Hayliner, then sure, I'm gonna 100% do that.
The ranking guard are freaking out. They're like, "Sir, your orders. What are we doing?"
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually going to have, I'm going to have. So the Varangian Guard have been around me. They know my aneurysms. They know my voice, and I'm going to say, "Hey, I want you to." Actually, no. Ooh, I got a better idea. Okay. So this airlock, all right. When they come in, do they have to go through a airlock?
I mean, yeah, there are appointed airlocks throughout the Hayliner that they would have to dock their ships with, and either it gets open from the other side or they blow it open.
Okay. So is there a room adjacent to that airlock that potentially my Varangian Guard can like hide?
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, no. I'll use that. That's something I can use a momentum on. So I want to use a momentum, and I'm going to say that next to the airlock there is like a hidden like room that I can put my Varangian Guard in, and then I'm gonna have a Varangian Guard like kind of imitate me over the road, and we're gonna be like, sure, yeah, you can get on. All while I go in the ship, and then I bulldoze their ships,
Okay.
and then they're marooned on my ship, and then the Varangian Guard finishes them off.
Interesting plan. In order to create the aspect of what you're envisioning here, you're going to need to create that trait for the scene. I'll allow you to use understand or battle. I believe you have some manner of strategy or tactics as one of your focuses.
Give me a minute.
I think under battle, is that correct?
I gotta find my sheet here first. There we go. I got strategy.
Good. This is exactly
That's
what
perfect.
this is for. So a warfare strategy. Very good. Okay, so I'll allow you to roll that. And if you score 2 or higher, you can spend the 2 momentum, create that trait for the scene, and say, yeah, there's like an airlock with an adjacent chamber that the Varangian Guard can kettle the Landsgrad guards that are going to be coming on board, and then just finish them off, provided, of course, you're able to do your part and ram your ship through theirs, and so on.
Yep, exactly.
So if you want, you have enough, actually. If you want to spend 1 momentum to roll 3 dice for that effort, and then spend the remaining 2 momentum that you have in the pool to create that aspect, provided you succeed with at least 2 or higher, you should be fine.
So, do you guys mind if I take the momentum? I don't want to.
I think this is the time to use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that then.
Okay.
So 3 dice.
Okay.
Submit. Yes. Focus. Oh, 5. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Okay. So let's see. And you only needed 3, so you're almost at full momentum. This plan is already going well for you. You're gonna spend 2, which will leave you at 3, and you're gonna create that aspect for that room. So you have a kill zone, kill zone room, we're gonna call it. And that's gonna make it easier for your Varangian Guard to just take care of them.
Exactly.
Now here's the thing. I need you to make a discipline difficulty 2 roll, please. And because I'm a little flush with not so flush with the threat, but I'll spend a 2 and make it difficulty 3.
Okay.
Which means it's that moment when you're ready to board that ship. You're running down the hallways and you're getting inside of your own personal hayliner, and you're like, okay, how did I do this last time? I can activate, I can control it, and then all of a sudden your body locks up and you feel Allfather's presence within your mind try to take control of you. You need those 3 successes in order to force that down and push through it.
Is this battle?
Discipline. You need discipline.
Discipline.
Battle's gonna be for when you actually run the ship through them and stuff, and attack them in that manner.
Justice, because fuck you all, Father.
You also have 3 momentum left if you wanted to spend and
100%,
roll a bunch of
spending.
dice, you can. Or if you want to spend 1, you can roll an extra 3rd die.
I'm gonna do an extra 3rd die, and honestly, I really need this, so I'm gonna do a determination point here.
Oh, okay. Very good. So you automatically get 2 successes towards your 3. I think you have more than enough, but go ahead and roll. See if you generate some more
Do you want me
momentum.
to roll, or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay. No,
it's still a difficulty 3 at this point because I raised it with threat.
Okay. Oh, 4. I'm gonna use a Benny to re-roll that 20.
Wait, no, hold on. You don't roll the 3 dice because you spent a point of determination. So we'll just say that you get the 2 successes plus the 2 from the determination point, which actually nets you 1 momentum. So now you have 3 instead of the 2. And yeah, you feel that coming on, and you're like, you fight through it, you push through, and you make your way to the hayliner that you have, and you try to remember how you did this before. You put your hand on the metal plate, or you extend your hand out, and it rises up to meet your print, and then all of a sudden the thing glows, and all of a sudden it's like this thing is now an extension of your body, and you can command it as you will. Do you want to leave the ship and then watch from a viewport and see if you could direct it to these things that are out there, these ships that are incoming?
So yeah, what I want to do is I want to leave the ship itself. I'm going to let the ships get close enough to where it's not super hard to ram into them. So obviously I want them to dock on the Ark.
Right. So now you have control of this thing and you're waiting for them to approach. And they do exactly that.
Yes, so I'm going to want them to dock on the Ark.
These other ships maintain vigilance on the periphery. Ambrose, Lysander, as you're leaving the planet, you see this taking place. You see the Landsrat ships moving in to surround the Ark. You see, as you're going about doing this, Archibald, the entire ship, all the lights go off. You can feel something rock the ship, but it doesn't seem to be affecting your vessel, the one that you're asserting control over. And you hear all manner of noises, people running back and forth, and emergency power generators going off and stuff like that. Apparently the Landsred has made their opening move and has effectively disabled your ability to jump within the larger confines of the Ark, which means if you're going to move, the only way that you're going to be able to get out of this is through that ship, your own.
Wait, so okay, so explain to me. So the Ark is basically disabled.
Yes, but your ship is not.
Okay, so question here. If I ram into them, will that fix it?
It'll destroy them. You risk, however, just damaging the Ark by doing so. So it is a risky gambit, but it's one that you're apparently willing to take. So with that in mind, you can make a. This is probably going to be. I'll let you choose. It's either going to be an understand or a discipline or move roll for you to command the ship and use it as essentially a high-speed battering ram against their vessels.
Didn't you say battle?
Yeah, to attack it. To attack it, you could use that as well.
Okay.
To move,
so,
basically to move it, you could use those abilities.
okay.
Everything but communicate, essentially.
So I'm going to use battle because
Okay.
and because I also have a focus strategy to use this, which drive justice because I'm doing this. How? So I am going to try to get all three of them in one fell swoop.
Mm-hmm.
If I could like wait for the most opportune time and then just get all three of them and just go.
To not damage the arc in a significant manner, this is going to be a difficult roll. So I'll say that for every target beyond the first, it's going to accrue an additional +1 difficulty.
Okay.
Got me?
Yeah.
And the average difficulty to attack a docked ship is 0. Essentially, they're not moving to get out of your way, which was a smart ploy on your part. So as long as you manage to roll, let's see, 1, 2. You're going to try to aim for each one of the frigates.
Yeah. So I'm
that's
going
gonna
to.
be...
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically what I'm going to do is I want to kind of wait until they're into a straight line, just like this, and then just
go
mow
through
them
all
over.
3. Bam, bam, bam. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like freaking. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
That's going to be
Go on.
3 difficulty. And you don't want complications.
No,
just
we
say
do
that
not.
right now.
Okay. I'm going to use a momentum to get 3
Okay.
dice here. This is a focus. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. I shouldn't. I don't know. Okay. Oh,
Benny the fuck
I'm
out of
using a
that.
Benny.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
2 potential complications. You can pay me 2 threat for each complication, or you can use the Benny to reroll both.
I am using 100% the Benny.
Okay, 1
Holy
Benny to reroll
shit.
both.
Come on, Glenn. Oh, thank
That's
God.
excellent. Okay, so actually,
That's 6.
that's
Yeah.
6 with
Oh,
your
yeah,
focus
you're
of
right, those are
strategy.
crits.
So that's 2, 4, 6 successes. You got 3 momentum back. You're at 5. And these ships right here explode as you fly through them with your Hayliner. You just battering ram all 3 in one shot. These smaller ships, these recon ships, are much more difficult to hit because of their size. That's where Lysander comes in. Lysander, you're flying up, and you see the smaller Hayliner come out of the bigger Hayliner and bulldoze through 3 Landsred frigates. Each of one explodes upon contact. There's like a shimmer of light for a second. As it goes faster than light for a second, it just goes... Psst, and all 3 vessels explode. You see the recon ships are like, oh shit, and they're starting to move into a vector to attack. You have an opportunity because they do not see you, and they're not ready to deal with you. What do you want to try to do on your turn?
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. This is you right here. Where do you want to? Let me give you control over the token.
Show me again.
1 second. Changeling. Here we go.
Oh,
You
I
have
see.
control over this guy right here, Soul Transport.
Okay.
And you can fire on any one of them. Actually, I'll say that you're a little bit closer than that. I'll say that you're about this close. And if for every hex that you're firing into, the difficulty to hit them becomes 1 higher.
Okay.
They're not currently moving too fast. They're just starting to move, so I'm not going to raise the difficulty too much for you, other than to say it's at least 2 to hit.
Okay. Can I move and shoot or just move?
If you want to make a move, it's just like with skirmishes. You want to make a movement roll. And if you have piloting as a focus, you could use that. If you get 2 or more successes, you can move and then take another action. Or you can spend a determination point if whatever it is you're doing aligns with a drive that has a statement.
I do not have flying skills.
Oh, okay.
I do have infiltration under my discipline.
That wouldn't help here.
Yeah.
But if you had sneak attack on their battle as a focus, then yes.
Sadly, no.
That's all right.
So just a move roll for now?
A move roll, if you get 2 or more successes, you can move and then perform another action.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm thinking you want to save the determination point just in case.
Yes. Yes.
Wise move. There it
Oh,
is.
Okay, cool.
So that you can move to whichever adjacent hex you want. If you want to go here, here, or here, and then you can take your additional action and fire on any one of these recon ships.
Okay, I've scooted and now I fire.
Okay. Shooting into the adjacent hex doesn't cost you anything in terms of difficulty. Give me a 2 or higher to see if you actually hit the hull with the weapon emplacements.
And that is a battle roll, yes?
That is a battle roll, yes.
I don't think tactics counts here, does it?
Actually, it does. You're
Oh, hell yeah.
attacking from the rear. They don't expect you. Yeah, absolutely. 4 successes. Wow. Okay, so you're full of
sweet.
momentum at the moment, and you blow this one completely to smithereens as you come up behind it and just take it by surprise. The guns don't make any sounds, but you hear like the thrumming sound through the controls, like, and like it just slices this thing in half, explodes. And now you have 2 recon ships that are like, oh shit, we're outmatched. What the hell is this happening right now? It's technically their go. They're gonna just try to take a shot and leave, basically, because they're completely outmatched. Archibald, I need you to make a battle or movement roll equal to 4 or higher. I'm gonna raise the difficulty by 2.
Jesus.
I am down to 2 threat right now because they are dumping it on you. Like you see the recon ship, even though it's not built to take on something like the Ark, it does have missile emplacements on board, and they are firing all of them at the ship that just completely destroyed their command structure. So you need a 4 or higher on a
battle
or movement roll, which of your choice. You have complete control over this thing. Like I said, it's an extension of your body. You have full momentum. So if you want to drop, I don't know, 3 momentum and get another 2 dice and roll 4, you can do that if you want.
Actually, could I actually make a permanent trait on my little Hayliner?
A permanent? Well, you can. I mean, with given time and momentum spends, yeah, you absolutely can. But as of right now, like, it is what it is. It doesn't have like anything that didn't come off of the assembly line with. You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
Unless your intent was like, I want to make sure that this thing I can detonate it at a distance or something. In which case, like, yeah, probably okay.
Oh no, I was gonna ask like, hey, they forgot one, and I figured out that it's still there because I'm like in the system and shit, you know.
Okay.
Could I do that?
What is it that you want to include?
A las gun?
No weapons. They didn't make them with las guns emplacements. Good try though. I don't blame you for trying.
Okay. I might have to just soak the damage a little bit on this one.
You have to do some fancy footwork here if you're going to try to avoid getting, taking a good amount of damage.
So how much bigger is the arc to my guy?
It's double. It's like double the size.
So are these PB shooters against the arc?
No, they're against you.
Well, no,
because the arc is depowered. It's not going anywhere. You are.
Well, no. What I'm asking is, if I use the arc as cover, would it damage?
No, it wouldn't do as much damage. No.
Okay.
You could try to do that.
So I would actually like to try to see if I use the arc as cover.
That is a movement roll, and you're gonna need 4 or higher to succeed.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. No, damn it! I should not do that.
Why not?
My move is 4.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, right?
Oh God. Okay.
Well, like I said, you can use any number of. It's mostly like going to be a movement action, but because you have control over this thing over with your use of your discipline, you could substitute your discipline for your move, which is
Okay.
usually what you need a talent for in most cases. But
So I could substitute the discipline.
yeah,
Okay, I think I will do that. And I'm going to substitute it to battle if I could.
Where's Allfather?
You could also do this as like a strategic move as well, so I could probably use my focus here as well.
Yeah, and hold on a second. I'm gonna make a secret roll. Oh, hold on, that's not right. Yeah, actually, this fits. Okay. Wow. What was it? The difficulty I told you? It was like 4? Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, I'm going to use battle to substitute that.
Are you going to spend any momentum?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to get a third die if I could.
Okay. Down to
Is there
5.
anything? Yeah.
Go ahead and roll when you're ready.
Yep. Focus, yes. Submit. Oh,
4. Right on the
4.
money.
Yep.
Okay. So you managed to move behind or maneuver behind the arc as this recon ship fires upon you. And you managed to get in such a position where the damage is done to the arc and the whole ship like shakes a little bit from the damage, but it's not significant enough to raise any alarms with them. So the skies above Jabberwock and the moon that you just departed, Lysander, is filling up with lights and lasgun beams and missiles and shit like that. They already took their turn, and now it is back to one of you. So one of you can decide to act now, Archibald or Lysander.
Might as well, right?
Ah.
Okay, so I need to make a move roll, or yeah.
If you want to move and then perform another action, then yes.
Would like to, yes. Okay.
Let's see what else is-
2 successes.
2 successes.
2 successes. You can move and perform another action. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I moved you prematurely. You
How
can move
dare
twice if you wanted to. You can move like 2 hexes if you wanted to. Alternatively.
I think I shall, actually.
Okay.
Move right there.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm gonna shoot that guy.
If you could do that, but you need to spend 2 momentum. You cool with that?
They're retreating anyway, right?
Yeah, they're trying to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'm just gonna let them retreat then.
Okay.
I don't want to waste 2 momentum on people who aren't gonna be a bother.
That's fine. Aboard the Ark, everybody's losing their minds, and they think that they believe rightfully that they're under attack, and most people are starting to go towards like the escape pods, transports to try to get the hell out of here. Are you among them, Nadim?
Yeah, I'm not staying on a sinking ship for sure.
Sure. Okay. We can change gears here. As the battle outside is starting to wear down, you all start noticing that something is happening outside, and from the viewport windows, you see like 3 Landsred cruisers, these big frigates, just are in pieces, floating in space. And the guild the guild personnel don't know what to do. Like this, they've never been in this kind of situation before, and they're kind of leaderless, especially considering that Edric doesn't have the ability to communicate with any of them because the power's out all throughout the ship. Does Nadim stay quiet in this particular moment and just kind of shuffle along to try to board or transport, or does he try to usurp some kind of authority given the opportunity?
Well, obviously, my primary concern is surviving. So that's the main thing.
That's the first thing that. Okay, in order of
that's the-
operations, then.
Right, that's the order of operations, correct.
Okay.
So I will try and like commandeer people who might know how to like pilot an escape pod, that kind of thing, or the people near me. But yeah, I'm not going to try and like do any kind of damage control or repair the ship. That's definitely beyond my abilities. So
Sure thing. Give me a discipline difficulty 2 or higher roll to see if you can like have that manner of bearing to start issuing commands to these guild personnel, especially as scared and helpless as they are feeling right now.
you said discipline, okay?
Discipline, yeah. If you have command as a focus, that will also apply.
I do not. All right, so I guess I'm going to use justice. I still have lots of revenge to get, but no, I don't have any focus that makes sense there. Okay.
Oh shoot. So you're one short on that one. If you wanted to, you can spend the last penny that's in the bank to re-roll the 14.
No, that's okay. I don't mind if they don't listen to me.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, most of the people are just too distracted and with all the alarms going off in their heads that they don't know how to pay attention to somebody that they don't immediately recognize as a
Yeah,
somebody of
I basically
authority.
grab Roy as I'm like making my way through like the flaming wreckage. I've got like the small yappy dog kind of like in my arm. It's basically my image of me shoulder like holding Roy while I walk through fire.
Yeah.
And I basically kind of maybe a bit too quietly say this way to the escape pods. And if nobody follows me, well then
So be it.
oh
Yeah.
well.
Okay, fair enough. You managed to board one of the transports along with a bunch of other people that are, similarly concerned of differing guild ranking. You pile into this thing like a pack of sardines, and they start trying to operate the controls. They don't have too much difficulty in doing so, and one of the transports actually makes it out of the bay doors that they have to open manually in order for you to leave. So once they have like the clear, the okay or whatever, the vacuum opens up and the ship like rumbles to life. And that's where you are right here within this transport. These transports don't have any weapons on them, but it seems that you're arriving a little bit late into this battle, or what you perceive to be a battle. And when you look around, you see the destruction that was wrought in a second Hayliner that you're pretty certain you've never seen before of its type. It's about maybe half the size of the Ark itself, and it's sitting in the wreckage among the wreckage of these other ships. The remaining ones are on. One of them is under fire, and the other one is just like hightailing it out of there. Using your deductive reasoning, you know that Archibald, the general, has to be around here somewhere, but you're not exactly sure where because the comms within the ship are not working. However, the comms within this transport are working. Did you want to try to utilize them to contact anyone?
I guess yes. Yeah, I'll try to contact someone so I can at least get us someplace safe.
All right, you open up, you operate the controls as you know how. Archibald, you and Lysander both are picking up like an open comms channel from what seems to be like an escape pod style ship that has jettisons from the Ark. There are others that are slowly starting to come out like, oh shit, we're gonna die. How do any one of you respond, if at all?
Yeah, I would respond. I would tell him, So, out of character, we are out of battle, basically. There's
Oh, you're out of battle. Yeah,
okay.
correct.
What does he say over the comm?
Oh, I guess I identified the transport. This
Non-hostile.
Sorry.
Non-hostile. You say something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this is the escape transport. We've got some wounded on board, and the rest. We'd like some directions for landing.
Well, I wouldn't recommend landing on that moon. That's where these guys came from. Best bet is back at the Ark.
Remind me, Daphne and let's see, it was Daphne and Varys. They were not on the Ark, correct? Like they were back on
No,
Arrakis.
We're staying on Arrakis for the
Okay,
time
I just
being.
wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping somebody here. Okay, cool. Yeah, you as soon as you say wounded, you look down, and you see like one of the guild members like took some shrapnel from like one of the walls, like blowing up nearby and stuff, and like or fire that broke out, and you see like there's somebody like hovering over them, and at the sound of your voice, that person looks up and locks eyes with you for a moment, and you realize, oh shit, it's Dr. Yui.
Oh fuck!
Well, good. At least we have a doctor on board.
Perfect. He tries to maintain his composure and get back to his work. He's completely like tries not to pay any attention to you or the dog. Roy just barks a little bit.
So, while this is happening, I am going to press the emergency beacon.
Yeah.
That I have, because honestly, this is a pretty big emergency.
This is a pretty big emergency, correct? What a perfect moment to transition over to Bennett's Lilacs. Yeah, so we're gonna lose a point of momentum with that, down to 4. So you're in this high stakes, high level conversation with the Mashake, one of the head Mashake on Bennett's Lilacs, a religious leader.
I see.
And your medallion starts going off, but not before they address your most recent threats to their persons.
Got it.
They're like, you're threatening to. Oh, by the way, this guy looks like this. This is who you're interacting with.
Oh, a twink. Got it.
Mashik Tywil is like, you're threatening to destroy an entire planet of billions, including your own unborn child, if we don't hand them over to you for twice what your errant lover paid.
Forgive my threats. I've adopted a new form of diplomacy where I like to let people know how serious I am.
Well, it appears that the guild has gone rogue with a mad woman at its helm.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, perhaps your official uniform should be changed to a more crimson color to reflect how bloodthirsty you've become in pursuit of your precious spice.
Let's speak candidly, shall we?
I thought we already were.
Oh, no, not yet.
Tell me, Administrator, what will you threaten the Bene Gesserit or the Ixians with when they learn of your out-of-control impulses? Or the Landsrad, for that matter? This sword that you're wielding is quite sharp, but be careful because, depending on how you handle it, a blade like that can cut both ways.
I'm willing to sacrifice everything. But to address your points, I've already made an alliance with Ix. Arrakis will soon be under the control of the Fremen, and I'll control the flow of the spice. So my question to you is, several in the Imperium are corrupted by thinking machines. Twi'lexu, you've always been dealt with as rogues, heretics. I'm wondering who you actually serve.
You know the answer before you asked it.
Yourselves?
He smiles in his pointy teeth. You know, yeah, he's basically making the assertion that like uh where the Ixians are all about pushing the boundaries of machines, the Bennett Slilacs are known for doing the opposite of that. They engage in
Biological.
biological engineering. So you know they're very well aware of how the Imperium views them, and he's just like you. The Imperium continues to pretend that they don't need us or that we are heretical, as you put it, but they would rather destroy themselves than to see another day without our services.
I think the Imperium is slated to fall, and I would see a new dawn of humanity. And I think you can help me with that.
So
So
we,
now that we're speaking
oh,
candidly,
I
now that we're
see.
speaking candidly, I need to make sure you're not some servant of Allfather or Agamemnon, the thinking machine that has infiltrated the Emperor himself and Mohiam. Eloise at this point will just send the recording. Please peruse this at your leisure.
I shall. And he's like, but please do not, you know, park your Hayliner in our orbit and pretend to threaten us. You're
This
only
threat was this threat was
the latest in a long
perfunctory.
line, huh?
This threat was perfunctory. You can see you could consider it Eloise Cheshire's personalized greeting of seriousness.
Well,
I
back to
don't
the
wish you
matter at
were. Yes.
now that we're past the threats, let's get to the heart of the matter, which is that you want your genetic child delivered to you as soon as possible. I gave your errant lover a timeline of about 6 months. I could, with double the amount of spice that was promised from you, I could shorten that timeline to 3 months. However, I cannot give you the carrier that is currently incubating the said embryo at this time. Trade
Very.
secrets, you understand.
I understand. Very well. Let's negotiate then, shall we?
Yes. Should I come up or should you come down?
I've had bad experiences landing on planets without proper precautions. So if
Hmm.
you'll come aboard, I'm sure you know a guild ship is a safe place to be.
Of course. Always. Very well then, Administrator. I shall be seeing you shortly. And that's what we'll stop for right now. We'll take our 10-minute break, and when we return, chaos aboard the Ark.
Oh
Don't
no.
go anywhere. And we're back. The Ark was attacked by forces of the Landsrad, and after they learned that General Archibald was aboard said vessel and was trying to make contact with the White Rabbits on the moon of Snack, where the House Cheshire family atomics were being kept. An unsuccessful attempt in trying to recon and reacquire them led to the assault, and we left off with Administrator Eloise receiving a emergency beacon message after she had agreed to meet with the Mashayk on the head Mashayk on Lieutenant Bennett Lilacs for discussions regarding the embryo of her and Amira's genetic child. After you tell the Bennett Lilacs that you will meet have or receive them aboard your vessel, you start gaining notice, like on the counter, like the little medallion thing is blinking, meaning that there's an emergency taking place on the Ark. You have the decisions to make.
Is there a way for me to communicate from here?
No.
Okay. Well, I know what decision I'm making. Sorry, everyone. She's going to deal with this first. She's here. She can't just like, hey, come on up, jump. Bad negotiating. Bad form.
Yeah, that's fine.
As long
Okay.
as you know, that's all that
Yes.
matters.
Yeah, that's the important bit.
The Tailaxu delegation is enormous. The amount of security that's needed to facilitate one of these high religious leaders is kind of staggering. You're not even sure if the person that you're going to be speaking with is the actual Tywil that you spoke with over the comm. Just because it's Tailaxu, it could be somebody else. It could be a face dancer in disguise.
For sure.
But yeah, their entire entourage arrives later on, and they go to meet with you in whatever confines you deem.
So I think for the mistake of meeting the administrator, she'll be in the navigator tank as they arrive, and she receives them, and then she'll step out of the tank to greet them personally.
Oh, that's quite an entrance. It was certainly one they weren't expecting. So they seem kind of pleased, and some of them like nod and smile at each other, like, "Oh, okay." And the Mashayk they first the people come in and they set up things along the ground, like a carpet and some cushions and stuff like that. And then he comes in and he kind of sits in almost like a meditative kind of pose, and he's surrounded by others that appear to be similar, at least in appearance. Is there anything that you want to do before the talking and negotiation?
She will lay out the red carpet metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
Melange will be offered. Melange tea will be offered to everyone. And she'll, in their custom, sit similarly. Like, she's trying to be respectful here after giving them an awful threat, She wants to, let them know, that's just my opening gambit every time.
They respect that. And they partake in the tea that you give them. The Mashayk abstains, however, and he's like, thank you for your generosity. Regarding this embryo of yours,
yes,
and this matter of trade secrets, clearly you within the guild know a thing or two about keeping secrets.
Yes.
So then you understand that the request to be able to deliver this thing before its due date is not possible. However, we can provide you with the face answers that you requested.
Can we, for a moment, table that discussion, if you'll indulge me?
There was something else?
Yes. That is a deeply important thing for me, but I have another agenda as well.
Do tell.
The Thinking machines have returned. As you might have seen from the video evidence I sent you, Mahayam is infected with nanomachines, as is the Emperor, and I assume the Landsrat itself is infected and compromised. I intend to bring this intel to them as well as to find out, because if they vote against opposing the emperor after I show them evidence that he is a slave of a thinking machine, then well, the Landsrat is now useless to me. So
He
I need
kind of
new
makes okay.
I need new allies.
Hmm.
And I'm curious, you said you serve yourself, but with how advanced you all are, I have to ask if there's perhaps a different thinking machine behind your advancement. This is not a deal breaker for me, but I need to know that you don't serve All Father.
Thinking machines are an abomination. They should be destroyed at any opportunity.
Yet,
Your Imperium knows this, and yet
and yet they've been infected, yes.
I feel vindicated that my people are so removed from your Imperium as they are. Better to remain heretics. Better to be heretics and remain pure than to be sullied by the return of thinking machines. How abhorrent.
Can I get a read on him if he's being sincere?
Sure. Uh
I would like to pitch communicate using deceit as a focus because I am the mistress of bullshit and I
of
but
course.
yeah.
A good liar can tell a bad one.
Yes.
Let's see. I have the stats out in front of me right now, but that's what the handbook is for. Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. This is going to be discipline for
Oh.
him.
Oh, just one for him. Got it. I was like, oh well.
Communicate. Oh, he's got communications at 6.
Okay.
So I'll give him I'm down to 1 threat. Wow, I'm not threatening at all today. I'll roll 3 dice and see what I get. Target
Thanks,
number for
Archie.
him.
And Lysander.
Target number for him is gonna be, let's see, 13. Okay. Wow. Okay. 1 success.
I don't need to, but I kind of want to generate the momentum, so I'll spend one of our momentum for 3 dice.
Sure.
This is gonna like justice forever. Focus, yes. 4 successes.
Wow. Okay. So you get 3 momentum back. You're at full momentum right now. Feel free to spend to get additional
It's one
information.
per question you have to answer truthfully.
Mhm.
So I'll spend 1 right now and ask: is he being honest about them not serving thinking machines?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 more. About he said they're pure. I want to know if that like I realize that's a weird thing to ask if it's true, but I think in the way he means it, is it true?
And the way he means it, yes. Because
Cool.
the Tleilaxu think of themselves as superior. They've been genetically modified themselves, and so they don't quite resemble humans in the typical sense, but they are nonetheless still human. But they are extremely xenophobic for anybody who is not Tleilaxu. So, but yeah, he does appear to be honest and forthright in what he's saying.
Here's my second proposal, and then we'll return to my first matter. Does that sound all right?
I suppose so. Yes.
I'd like to offer a proper alliance between the guild and Twi'leks.
Now
when I asked you who you served, I will answer in my own way. I am the head of the guild, yes, so you'd assume I serve them. That's not true. I serve humanity.
Interesting.
I might not have. Yes, I might not have the same pure ideal you do, but I don't want to be a slave to thinking machines, nor do I want to be under the thumb of a corrupt Landsrad or a corrupt emperor.
I think we can all agree on such things. Yes. What do you propose that the guild do for us, and what do you propose that we do for you?
So this is a no-lose situation for you. If my gamble, as it is, this is a gamble of reforming all of humanity, the Imperium as we know it, um, you'll have a place at the table. You'll no longer be branded heretics. You'll be one of the you'll have one of the seats at the new table we form.
That's quite a promise.
And
How do you propose to enforce it?
once I have deposed the emperor and exposed the Landsrad, as I mentioned, I'm not bluffing about the Fremen retaking Arrakis. I've given them access to the guild satellites. I have a proper alliance with the Fremen of Arrakis. So soon I'll control spice. I have Ix on my side, so I have the cutting edge technology of the world. You're the third piece of this puzzle.
Indeed. I think we can agree on this. But obviously we will need some show of well, proof of concept, shall we say.
Eloise slides her data pad over
This
with
is not an object of money or
oh
space.
oh no, it's she has like a contract prepared.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, he seems to be interested in something else. He's like, we're interested in the creatures on Arrakis. Shai Hulud.
Shai Halud.
Indeed. If you are able to procure a young one for us, then perhaps we can accommodate you in what you wish, how you wish to proceed.
If you're familiar with their folklore, their Mahdi, is married to my niece. So I have a bit of sway.
Oh, well then, this should be easy for you.
Indeed.
A most promising thought that we could get
I
our
do want to
hands on
show
one
you
of these
something.
things.
You probably have heard of my prescience. I do want to show you something in the future that is a threat to humanity, given that you've asked me for one of Shai Halud's young and what I've seen waiting for us in the future. This is not a threat. It's merely a warning of what might come. And she's going to pull up like her memory of the tyrant.
Give me an understand roll before you do, however.
Sure. Does data analysis or prescience apply?
Not date. No, none of those I don't think apply in this particular case.
All right.
2 or higher.
I'll spend not a penny, momentum for 3 days.
Okay. What do we want to do about that 20?
Does anyone mind if I Benny the 20?
What?
Thank
High-level
you.
negotiations. Okay, you're out of bennies, but then again, so am I. Go ahead.
There we go, 3.
3 successes. All right, so you get your
Oh,
point of
Mel just
momentum
gave us a
back.
Benny.
Oh, dang! Mel coming through. All right. Let's see. One there. So you're about. Oh, I have something else I want to show you, and then you kind of stop for a second. The Tleilaxu are extremely religious and strict about their beliefs. If you show them something like the tyrant, it might like completely set them off. So you can show him this as part of your arsenal of things to try to reel him in and try to bring him to the table, so to speak. But if there are complications involved in that, or if you fall short of your goal, things could get violent very quickly.
And the upside is if I succeed in this, I'll have like really secured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take the gamble. Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay, you have momentum, so you can absolutely
Hey, just
roll
don't.
for it.
Please don't press the button.
What's the role gonna be here? Communicate.
Let's see. This is gonna be based on his fate, so it's gonna be 6, and it's gonna be 7. We're gonna say his understand, so it's gonna be a 13 target number for him. Let's see, and I'll say he has a focus because genetics. Okay, so I'm gonna spend my last point of threat. This never happens, and I'm gonna roll 3d20s.
I've never
set
seen
up
this B0. I've never seen Eric declawed in this game.
Okay, so He has a skill of, let me see, 7 with a. Okay, so if it's beneath the 7, it counts as 2. So he has 4 successes.
Okay.
Use your point.
You can probably beat that.
What am I rolling?
This is where you shine. This is communication. You're trying to sell
Right.
this idea to them. And this is not deceit, however,
I know
because this is
that's the.
the truth. He was just asking for a baby worm. You're like, check this guy out who exists in the future. He's half man, half worm. Isn't it cool?
Oh, all right. So I have spice at the table. I'm going to finish the tea for
Smart.
turning 1 into a 1. That's quote unquote spending my foe determination point.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop 3 of the momentum for 4 dice total. So I'll roll 3 and then have 2 successes banked already.
Okay. So let's see. You got. Right. So you'll be rolling 2 dice.
3 dice. So I'm
Oh.
taking 3 momentum for 2 extra dice. So I'll be rolling 3 and 1, and then have 2 successes automatically.
Gotcha. So you're down to 1 momentum.
Yes.
Go ahead. You have automatically 2 successes. That's excellent.
No focus. Oh yes.
Yeah. 3 plus 2, so 5. So 1 more than you needed, actually. So you get 2 momentum. You get 1 momentum back for a total of 2. And yeah, you can spend that momentum as you wish. But yeah, you show him in like a sort of a private setting. Like you kind of show him, like you slide him and look at that thing there that I also want to show you. And he kind of takes a look, and at first he's a little aghast, but then you see like there's a gleam in his eye, and he's like, there's like the promise of something there that he sees that he's never seen before, and he's like, how is this possible? How did you get? Is this true?
My prescience extends quite far.
How fascinating.
Yes. It will probably extend to my child as well. It runs in the family.
This, he says, holding the image.
Let's move to our second, because I assume you're accepting my alliance then. Yes?
Of course.
Lovely. So, with that, letting you keep that, I'll say 1.5 times what Amira gave you. 3-month timeline, 3 face dancers.
3 face dancers, yeah? Okay. And he's like, yes, that is amenable. Very well. We have an accord.
Excellent.
He kind of motions to some of the people that are part of his retinue, and he kind of points to 2 or 3 of them, and he's like, he gestures to you, and it's like he introduces them to you, really weird Slaylaxu names. This is Whiff with his Waff, and this is Taff or whatever, and like, you can command them as you will. They're under your command,
Lovely.
as it were.
As you were, I have plans within plans, friends. So I'll use you as necessary. But until then, you have free reign of my personal Hayliner. I do not want to be rude. She'll show the beacon that's flashing. Apparently, the Ark has deployed its emergency beacon. So.
I understand. Emergencies.
I will send the official documents before I jump, and then we'll speak again in 3 months. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair. Yes.
She'll extend a hand for like an actual handshake.
He kind of bows at first, but then he extends his hands, and he has to really like push himself to try to like shake your hand, because they typically like will not want to sully themselves with anybody else who's non-Tleilaxu, the filthy Powinda they call it. But then he shakes your hand and smiles, says, "Very well then, I will see you in 3 months here."
I look forward to it.
What should we call this one? And what sex were you wanting?
A girl, Janice.
Janice. A fine name. A good choice.
Thank you.
Good journey to you, Administrator Elois, until we meet again.
Indeed. What's their clear immediate jump?
Okay. Yeah, they don't take too long to vacate, and then you immediately get into the chambers, and you do your thing, and off you go. Or do you have a separate navigator aboard for your purposes, for your own personal
No,
ship?
I think because this is her personal hayliner,
You'll
and
do it
she
yourself.
does not
Okay,
fully trust the guild.
understood. Yeah,
Yeah. So she pilots herself. Yeah.
very good. So you arrive within the sector instantaneously, and you see when you fly back in, reports are incoming that you see the arc, and it has very few lights on it, and there's a field of debris just floating around nearby. A battle took place here. You know that much. Um, how I'm assuming we could just. I'm assuming that you're going to want to dock with it or board it with a transport or something like
The
that.
second she hits system and kind of sees this,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be like because now that I'm in system, I imagine I can broadcast fully.
Sure.
So this isn't all like every transmission or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is Administrator Eloise. It appears you have attacked the guild, and this will be considered an act of war if you do not surrender immediately.
Yeah, you see by now the ships that attacked have already fled, and so what's left are like these transports that are slowly getting back to the Hayliner, back to the Ark. At this point, some power has been restored, so there are communications, and you hear like a series of clicks and clacks as they transmit you through, and you hear the voice of Edric on the other line. Administrator, it's good that you are here. We were, in fact, attacked, but our attacker has since fled. It was the Landsrad. This was a trap. We are slowly but surely bringing everyone aboard now to try to reconvene here on the Ark and get systems back up to full power.
I will be docking shortly then, and I will resume command.
Okay. Unless anyone objects to it, I'll take away a point of momentum, and we'll fast forward to the next scene that will take place aboard the Ark. Under your command, Administrator Eloise, where do you want to meet with your counterparts here?
So I guess the whole shebang of everyone in the Zoom chat. Lysander is aboard as well, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, she calls everyone into like her personal conference room. Exene Dampener, the whole shebang, Nadim included.
Sure. Beatrice is accompanying Dr. Yue.
Eloise will
comes in as
have
well.
the face dancers just nondescript guild personnel and put on guild whites and have them accompany her as well into this meeting.
Okay, so for everybody here, you're assembled in a very large conference room with the Exene dampener field, so no sound escapes the cone. And in walks Administrator Eloise with three new
I'll say they're like the Varangian Guard. Like if the guild had Varangian Guard,
elite
that's kind
guards.
of, yes.
Entourage.
elite bodyguards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like elite bodyguards, like stuff. Yes.
And they just kind of hang around and stand there, very unusual for her at least. But then she comes and she sits down with you all around the table to kind of address the recent events and what took place. I'm gonna shut up now and let you proceed.
Right. I'm going to ask for what the fuck happened, but before I do that, I'll give you some good news. I've secured an alliance with Twilax.
Good. That's good. I'm sure the price was high for them though.
No, that one was free. The price for my child and some other things I requested of them, that was high. But the guild's funds are not small by any means. So, why don't you fill me in on what happened, and we can fast forward through the explanation because I was here. Unless there's like something particular you want to keep from Eloise, I suppose.
I would say no. You would probably know everything about like what happened and shit.
Okay. Cool.
Either way, she would say like this was a trap from the beginning because it's not they. I would tell her like they have my white rabbits alive, which means if this wasn't a trap, they would have killed them.
I see. So I will open comms with Thrawn Snack, Eric, correct?
With whom? I'm sorry.
They're on the white rabbits are on Snack.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay. Once this meeting's done, then I will open comms with Snack and demand their release, as well as the release of the atomics.
Mm.
And unless they'd like a haliner in the center of that planet and them all to die. Eloise is looking around now. It's Beatrice in here, but no Yue.
Oh, I would actually say that Yui was accompanying Beatrice in this
Okay.
particular case because he had something to
Right.
report as well.
Okay. Right. So the price tag for the Twilaxu Alliance is a baby Shai-Halud. I imagine the Fremen are
See
not going to be
Archibald
pleased.
laugh.
They're not going to be thrilled about that, but given how generous I've been with my dealings with them, I think I can manage that.
Thrilled? Do you really think they're going to let you do that?
Yes.
By all means. But that
They're
also,
Badi married into my family, so
that's true. But on the other point, we also have atomics that have been taken by the Landsrat, aka the Allfather. So we need to at least figure a solution for this.
my associates and me, I intend to go to Kaitun to meet with the Landsrad. I have information, obviously, about the death of Lady Randall and a nice bombshell of, well, not nice bombshell, a bombshell of the death of the Emperor's son. And the recording that most of you have seen already. If the Landsrad still does not depose the Emperor, we'll know the Imperium has fallen already, and we act accordingly. First, we get our atomics here, though.
Obviously. I also plan to go to Kaitane as well, to be honest with you.
Excellent. I must ask you, Uncle, are you the only one who can pilot? She'll gesture vaguely in the direction of the smaller, like, navigator free. Or can others do so?
No, just me. Well, how do you think the ships outside became garbage?
I'd love to know that we have weapons at last.
Or like a battering ram.
I would hope. I wish you were able to do so remotely, but we can figure things out between Ix and the Twi'leks, who, even though they probably will despise working together.
Well, I plan on helping the Atreides free Leto.
On my agenda is House Cheshire and House Atreides being reinstated, especially after the evidence I show of the Emperor being infected.
Well,
This is where we pull the mask off the.
true.
I realize she can't use a Scooby-Doo metaphor, but I'm going to. This has been we unmask the Landsrad, or we find out the Landsrad is still trustworthy and we can manipulate them as long as we need them.
Agreed. Well, my plan for this for Snack here. My plan was to call him and call the commander of this place and chew his ass out because he attacked a guild freight line.
I'm happy to do so.
If it comes from the administrator, I think it'll have a little bit more weight.
She'll turn to Nadim and be like, have you noticed anything after hearing that, like, the Ark got disabled by a few Landsrad ships? She's like, have you had any success locating those who may be infested within the guild ranks?
So far, no.
Very well. She'll turn to Beatrice and Yue. And a way to detect that easier and cure it?
Beatrice will look to Yue like, I don't know the answer. Do you know the answer?
Yue says, who looks exhausted, by the way. He's like, we've been working closely with the exiles from the two-pile system. They have brought several technological devices that we could use or implement into our own tools to screen for that kind of infection.
I I would send one of you, uh, probably you, Beatrice, if you're willing, to Twi'lax to learn their advanced biological methods.
It would be my privilege. And then looks again to Yue like, is that okay?
He looks worried at the prospect of sending anybody to
Yue, I am done with
Twi'lax.
this definition of heresy. The whole Imperium is heretical, as far as I'm concerned. Biological perfection, or whatever it is, Twi'lax, you think seeks? I don't care.
They
It's not.
cannot be trusted.
No one can be trusted anymore when their frontal lobe can be colonized by nanomachines, and we don't know about it.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes, Beatrice.
They're putting the Atreides on trial?
Yes.
Does that mean he is compromised or he isn't?
I'm not sure. That's why I was hoping progress had been made.
Hmm.
At least going to that trial, presenting the evidence I have, I can find out who in the Landsrad's compromised. If the vote fails, clearly it's the Imperium's dead, and we need a new way forward.
And again to Yue, like, what if
Beatrice, you are your own woman. Okay?
No.
I really need you are a Cheshire. You might be a clone, but you are a Cheshire. Dr. Yue is a talented physician, and I understand you are studying under him.
Well,
I am asking.
He's also the most qualified to examine Duke Atreides. He was their family doctor, so if something's wrong, he'll see it.
Understood. I really need you to have more agency in your life. I really do.
I'm his apprentice. And I'm
Apprentice does not mean slave.
I'm 3 years old.
Pressure.
2 years
man.
old.
I will take your advice to heart.
Thank you.
Perhaps while on Talaxu, we could get a fresh one. If this one is not to your liking.
No. Nazim, please.
Yue just eye daggers deep from the other side of the room.
Well,
Beatrice's family, she is not something that can be replaced. She is not she is not the psychotic niece that killed herself. Okay? She is her own person. We don't need to fix her. I just need her to know that she even like this is a conversation for another time.
I'm a very good doctor.
Yes, you are.
well,
not?
unless I guess what could be of interest is if the flesh shapers could perhaps make clones who could not be colonized. That would be an interesting way to go about it.
Speaking of those, she turns to her guards.
They're like looking at each other, laughing, like
maybe have a demonstration, please.
One of them bows deeply, and kind of like starts walking upright and along the outskirts of the table, and starts taking the forms of each of you in turn. And he like at one point they turn and look at Dr. Yui, and take on their visage, and goes like, "Imperial conditioning," he said, in that same sort of baritone. And then they look at Nadim, and it's like, "Serious mentat," he says in his voice that they captured. And then they kind of look over to Beatrice and take her visage, and it's like, innocent waif.
I'm not a waif.
That's good enough. I will be honest, Erin was losing her shit, but Eloise was really trying not to. Yeah, Eloise was just deadpan, even though she definitely found it hilarious.
They do a deep bow, and then they
Thank you.
go back to their position.
Part of a different bargain. But so,
Well,
that's my piece. Let's
it's an
open the floor.
it's an interesting strategy. I'm curious how it plays out, whether we're replaced by machines of metal or machines of flesh.
I got a good read on the Mashake. Yes, I got a good read on the Mashake. They are genuine that they do not serve a thinking machine, and that they want purity, which we can cross that road when we get there. So I don't think that we have to worry about them being colonized so much, since they value biological purity so heavily.
Correct. Yes. Their obvious target will be to replace you.
Yes.
Since you're an obvious point of failure within our hierarchy.
Yes. Which is why I am going to go to Kaitane personally.
Probably.
Of
a
course.
dangerous proposition, Yue puts forward. You shouldn't go alone.
I won't.
So, we need to take care of this, though.
Yes. We need to have Atreides and Cheshire reinstated.
Oh, yes, but the atomics first. One mountain at a time.
Eloise will kill the Comforter. Using her rating 3 personal communicator call Snack.
Huh. Okay. Do you want to do that within the confines of
Oh
this
yeah, she wants
council?
everyone to watch this, yeah, and be here. Yeah, she wants she wants this.
I do want to usher in as much guild staff to bring the point even more across inside the room.
Yeah, if you insist.
So,
yeah, you pull up the communicator in the center of the large table, and yeah, you start getting the audio feed from Snack, and it's like this is the Commander Prohaska, whatever.
You have the pleasure of speaking with Administrator Eloise, head of the Spacing Guild. Please explain to me why you've attacked us and declared war, essentially. Is that the Landsrat intention, or yours? Whose head will I have?
This has nothing to do with you, Administrator. This has everything to do with the fugitives that are currently taking shelter within the confines of your vessel.
Do you mean Archibald Cheshire, Lysander, insert last name here?
Correct. I was under the assumption that they were the ones who were in charge of the Ark, since they were the ones who initiated contact.
I had business elsewhere, weirdly enough, as the head of the Spacing Guild. Am I wanted too as a former member of House Cheshire? Or am I the head of the Spacing Guild? Commander, which am I?
From what I can tell, perhaps both. If you're knowingly housing fugitives from the Imperium.
House Cheshire has been dissolved. They now work for the Guild.
That wasn't the allegation. The General Archibald is a known insurrectionist who threatened the lives and killed one of the highest in command of the Sardaukar for the Emperor.
The Emperor is infected by thinking machines, and I have evidence of such.
These orders are not coming from the Emperor. These
The
orders are
Landsrat?
coming from the Landsrat High Council.
I intend to go speak with them presently. But you attacked the Guild, didn't you?
Only because the General would not surrender himself. Everything that we're doing here administrator is above board and as part of the imperial law. Now then, if you wish to move on from this point of conflict, I suggest that you hand over the general to us, and we will leave you we will pay for your repairs as you will. We will see to it on Kaintain.
You have something else that belongs to me.
And what would that be?
The atomics and the white rabbits.
Oh, but I thought you said that House Cheshire doesn't exist anymore.
It
If
doesn't,
that's
but I was the
true,
last head, and all of that belonged to me. And even though I was exiled by the Emperor, amazingly, I am no longer.
I seem to recall just a few moments ago that you said that House Cheshire no longer exists and that you are now the head of the Spacing Guild, which means
Yes.
you are no longer part of that house that has since been, well, destroyed.
I see. So you've seized my possessions, and now they're no longer mine.
As is the law of the Imperium, yes.
Very well. What was your name again, Commander? I wish to remember it.
He's got his name stamped
Commander
on his head
Fuckface. I don't
already.
know. Just
Yeah.
I didn't
Commander
plan to
Fuckface
have
has-
Farquad.
Farquad. Commander
Oh,
Farquad.
perfect.
Commander
Perfect. Yeah.
Farquad.
Wonderful, Commander Farquaad. We'll be leaving Jabberwock space presently to go to Kaitane. I'm looking forward to personally dispensing punishment to you and all of your men.
As you will.
Good
ma'am.
day. Click.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that fucker.
Yes, we are, Uncle. We are going to kill the fuck out of all of them.
You see, Yui kind of like eyes your new entourage and looks to you, Eloise, and it's like, we could still salvage this.
Oh yeah.
And to ensure that you don't walk into another trap when you arrive on Kaitine.
You'd have the face dancers, one of the face dancers impersonate me.
And in answer to your question, he looks directly at Archibald across the table.
You'd have one of them impersonate Archibald. I had a similar thought. One of them impersonates Amira as well.
I see, he says.
Explain this a little bit more, Yue.
You're a wanted criminal, Uncle. Amir will become a wanted criminal the second I reveal the Emperor's son is dead by way of her hand.
Yeah. I guess that.
I keep the face dancer versions of you on board the Ark. I go myself. Not alone, but not with you in tow, because otherwise they'll just seize us. Obviously.
Okay. So what you're trying to tell me is I shouldn't leave the Ark.
You should not leave the Ark, Uncle, no. They will arrest you. They will. Granted, exile didn't work last time, so I think I know what they'll do this time. I know you don't like to be sidelined.
No.
General Archibald. Walking into your own death, though, is not something the general would do.
Nope. You're right. I can find other means of getting my goals accomplished.
Lysander, Nadim, and then whoever else you think is appropriate will go to Kaitane and address the last round.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to everyone.
Okay.
Will we be speaking for or against the Atreides?
We're there to present evidence that the Emperor is corrupt and needs to be deposed, which will retroactively save the Atreides, have House Cheshire and reinstated, etc.
I think speaking for or against, and she like starts to look at you and then snaps her eyes back to Eloise. It should be contingent on examining the Duke and making sure he's not compromised. And if he's not compromised,
Then you
how? Well, not how, because if he's there on Kaitane and he's not infected,
why would they be trying him then? It could be another trap, sure, but why try him if he's already part of their hive mind shit show?
it
To
Fine.
lure us there.
Beatrice, Dr. Yue, come with. Um,
oh,
we'll request as part of our speaking with the Landsrat that you get to examine the Duke to
am I
make sure he
going?
hasn't.
Am I going with you, or am I going to Tlilax?
You're going with us first, and then I'll send you there later. It's not imperative you go there.
As you wish.
This is imperative. Very well. Is there anything else anyone wants to chime in with?
May have an issue, Yui says. From the time of
Yes?
the attack, some of our crew members were afflicted with something. I don't know what it is, but we've quarantined a good number of them in the Medbay Theater.
Sickness?
It doesn't appear to be anything our exiled friends from Tupile are familiar with. So it doesn't appear to be a machine nano swarm thing.
So bioweapons too. More heresy. Lovely.
Perhaps. But it's afflicting them in such a manner as to elicit a loss of organ failure after a exhaustion and a comatose state.
I know you're used to dealing with my niece, Daphne, Dr. Yue.
I have a
I'm afraid you're going to find me a bit more callous. The fate of a few is nothing compared to the weight of humanity.
Matt, I literally tell him that.
you tell them the same thing, Archibald?
Yep, I tell him to kill
Like,
him.
whatever. It's like
I'm blunt about it.
Oh. So this is an interesting moment of reflection for somebody like Beatrice and Lysander. How you're talking openly at this table of people who have been afflicted by some sort of affliction, some kind of disease or virus or some kind of malady that has caused people to die, and currently there's no known way that this is being transmitted or how to treat it exactly, and a Suk doctor, a physician of the highest order, is not exactly sure they've seen anything like this before. And they're casually kind of talking about, like, well, too bad, like, put an X on their forehead.
Beatrice will say, well, it might be another weapon, if it's nothing we understand or know about. I don't think I'll be helpful examining the Duke, because it's Dr. Yue who knew him the best. I'd just be an assistant, and anybody can be his assistant. And also, maybe they recognize me. I don't know. Maybe
Perhaps.
I should.
Or Cheshire.
I'll take the records, the medical records of the sick people. I'll take them to Tlilax. Maybe I should go quickly.
Very well.
So, I have a question for Eric.
Yeah.
This might be a little off topic, but if I changed my appearance, do you think that they would recognize me if we got to Kaitane?
I don't think they'd recognize you if you changed your appearance. I mean, you haven't changed your appearance other than your uniform effectively right now, and people haven't been like, hey, we know who you are.
Well, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
a pretty
Like,
big Imperium, and you weren't really into the political scene as much. Like, you knew about it, but you weren't really a face to something like that.
Yeah.
So envoys from other houses wouldn't recognize you, even if you were to show up in your attire.
I guess the question I have is, like, in game, I'm picturing my character with long hair, beard. Like,
Mhm.
if I like cut my hair, shaved my beard, would could I safely go throughout the streets in Kaitane?
Yeah, without a problem.
Okay, so no
No
one would
roll
recognize me.
necessary.
I would. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Beatrice said what she did is baby manipulator. Maybe they see me. I don't know.
It depends on where you go on Kaitane.
I think
There might be problems.
Eloise is like, in this case, even though she's pretty sure they're not going to notice Beatrice at all or care, um, the fact that agency is being shown finally, Eloise is like, okay, uh,
But it's
will
probably also pretty clear that she's like uncomfortable with but Daphne wouldn't want them to die, so I should do what I can to save
we
them.
will transfer a navigator to my personal Hayliner, and you and the infected, and you'll jump to Twilax. And does that sound good?
I'll go gather my things.
Very well. Does anyone else have any objections to the plan?
Well, what are we gonna do? Here's the thing. I've learned through the grapevine that the Atreides, Paul and Jessica, are going to break Leto out. How do you?
We need to find a way to get in touch with them in case the Duke is compromised.
What I planned on doing when I got to Kaitane. I just now wanted to know, with your plans that you have, if we do depose the Emperor.
They won't be looking for you because you'll be with me, quote unquote. Yes. Right? The face dancer is going to emulate you. She'll gesture to one of the face dancers.
Correct.
And then the other will be Amira, and we'll keep one here aboard the Ark in case we need some other imposter.
Is, if you do depose the Emperor, I don't want them to basically break him out and then become wanted after the fact. That's just going to cause ripples in the thing.
I'll send so Eloise will turn to the third face dancer that's not being used, be like, go with my uncle. I imagine your infiltration skills are probably superior. Help him find Jessica and Paul Atreides.
They do a curtsy, and they wait for General Archibald to show them the way.
Eloise will contact Edric and be like, well, she'll let Beatrice and them jump from the Ark, and then she'll contact Edric and be like, jump us to Kaitane. I have a meeting with the Landsrat.
As you will. And you guys prepare to jump. Is there anything that you want to do in the intervening time? Yes, okay.
So I think this is a good time to play with that Ixian dampener I got.
Oh. Do tell. How do you want to play with the Ixian dampener exactly?
I'm going to be honest with you. Archibald really wouldn't know much about it. Jared doesn't exactly know much about it. Can you kind of explain it? So it puts memories into my head, right?
Yeah, this works in reverse of the Ixian probe. This is what Pardo Reed did, because he first extracted the memories from his mind of his mother and tried to recreate a simulacrum of his dead mother. Almelis and him kind of tinkered with it, and they managed to reverse engineer it so that it can do the opposite. So now you can use it in a similar way. However, I don't know what your aim is in playing with this thing, but I'm assuming you're doing this in the privacy of your quarters?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, my aim right now is to, when I take control of machines, I don't want to have to do I want to make it easier for me to fight down Allfather when it does happen. Plus, I do want to try to kind of fuck with him a little bit.
Sure.
On the other end, maybe give
He'll
him
help
visions.
You. Yeah. He'll help you fuck with him.
Yeah.
When you're looking at this thing and trying to figure it out, you hear him behind you. He's like, it was exhilarating, wasn't it? Being able to control such a mammoth piece of engineering. ending the lives of everyone aboard those ships.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
It was powerful, wasn't it?
you're only saying that because I beat you once.
Please, I let you. He
I'm sure
says,
you did.
"You don't. Have you already forgotten?" He thinks that you're talking about the one victory definitively that you had over him back when you assaulted his node in space or whatever, that place where
Mm.
there were supposed pirates and it was like those cyborgs or whatever you fought. He let you win because he knew that you were going to take the bodies of those cyborgs and take them to the Landsrad, where they proceeded to explode and contaminate the members of the Landsrad. Is that what you? Or he's like, is that what you're referring to, or was there another battle that I wasn't aware of that you won?
Um, mm, well, considering the fact that I was able to control the Hayliner,
Oh, this time certainly yes.
that's one more than that's one time I did. Then it's gonna become two, three. At one point, I'll be. At one point, things will look up. I don't give up as easily as you think.
I wasn't intending for you to give up. Otherwise, why would I have given you this gift?
Yeah, gift.
It is,
Find
isn't
it
it?
funny.
You can control something that cannot be controlled by other human beings.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're playing on an. You're playing. You're not playing fair. I'm just trying to even the playing field a little bit.
You can justify it however you want, Archibald. But I think for the first time in a very long time, you actually were able to take control of your own destiny in that moment. Or am I misjudging what you did?
Which moment are we talking about here?
The
The.
moment where you decided to take things into your own accord. You boarded the ship,
Oh, okay,
you
gotcha.
controlled it, and you destroyed the Lensrad ships that were attempting to board. Side note, side question rather. Did the Varangian guard liquidate the Landsrad guards that boarded the kill room, the little the kettle
Oh,
room that you established for them?
I if they got on there, yeah,
Okay, they're all
I would
dead.
assume
I
they
was just
did.
I was
I
just
gave them
wondering if maybe
orders.
you wanted to take some captives and maybe
Oh,
negotiate. I don't know,
actually
just
no. Yeah, you're right. I
spitballing.
did think about. I did think about that earlier. Probably would have taken at least like
There's
the
maybe a
cap.
handful of captives then,
Yeah,
especially if they were given kill orders and the rest of them kind of surrendered or whatever. They
yeah,
probably captured one or two, like three or four of them, whatever.
exactly. We put them in the brig, like for
I don't know,
questioning and all
General.
that
You
good shit.
seem quite bloodthirsty to me, more so than I was expecting. You surprised me. Uh, and perhaps this is a good thing. I mean, I ultimately want you to succeed, don't I? You are, after all, doing my bidding, as I've told you before.
I've come to the realization that no matter what I do, whether it hurts you or doesn't hurt you, I'm going to be doing your bidding. And I think you like to save face. You got a very good poker face there, All Father. I'll give you that.
That's a very good joke, as I don't have a face. But very good. It's like I'm glad that you're gaining an admiration for your position within my universe, or should I say, our universe, our Imperium.
Mm, no,
No, we're not quite there yet. I understand you people take time.
I'm
That's all
still.
right. I have tons of time. I have all of time, if need be.
I'm
What's it going to
still.
be now, General? Are you going to accompany your friends to Kaitane, or are you going to take matters into your own hands again and take the reins of command?
I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow my friends. Because I've come to the realization that a lot of things fail when I do things by myself.
Of course, you need
Even
your
with the
family to help you, right?
yep.
I completely understand. Uh, and with that, he kind of like vanishes from sight. Uh, unless there's anything else that anybody wants to do, you can proceed to Kaitane.
Did I make it? Well, just I'm sorry. Did I make any headway on the whole Pixie and dampener thing?
You're looking at it forwards and backwards and upside down. You think you understand how this thing is supposed to work, but
Okay.
how do you use it is the question, if at all.
Um, oh, do you want me to answer that now? No.
Yeah, just like is there like what is it that you want to use this thing for? Because it the way that it functions currently is that if you hook it up to somebody else, you could take their memories and put them in your mind.
Oh, so I have to hook this to somebody else? I
Well,
thought I had
yeah.
Pardo Reed's thing.
I mean, yeah, it has some of that information stored. Do you want to take his memories into your own mind, or do you want to take somebody else's memories instead?
Oh,
Also, this is
that's
very experimental stuff. So
yeah.
if you will have to make rolls, and if you make complications, bad things can happen.
Oh yeah. I already have a couple things that if I took Pardo's memories, like, well, know what? Fuck it. Yeah, Pardo
I
Reed.
love that Archibald went from I should do things alone to I'm just gonna shove these memories in my brain alone.
The only thing I got, to be honest with you, so
Okay. You
to
want to
combat the
absorb?
All Father,
You want to absorb? You want to start with the dead mentats memories?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool. Uh, this is going to be difficult and dangerous. Well, which means we're going to be aiming for difficulty 5.
Oh,
Which means if you
Jesus.
fail, sure, you'll get an advancement point, but you're
No.
also other things will happen, and you really don't want complications in this particular role. I'll just warn you right now. Uh,
Can I
so you
back
have your
out now?
target number. If you want to roll understand, you have currently 1 point of momentum and 1 Benny sitting
Oh,
in the bank.
Jesus.
Is this the time that you want to undertake this particular endeavor, this risk?
Honestly, 5 is too much for me. No, but I do want to see if I can get someone's like. I think on Kaitane, I want to see if I can find another find. Is there someone that could tell me about this, like black market guy
Probably on Ix, yeah.
on X? Okay,
All right, we'll put
anyone
a
on
pin in
Kite?
that for later then.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, you're all travel faster than light to Kaitane. Dr. Yu returns to the medical theater as Beatrice departs and goes her own way to Menetzilax. Um, is there anything anybody else wants to do before we move on to the next particular scene?
Yeah, the face dancer that Eloise is sending with her uncle,
Mm-hmm.
Eloise is gonna be like, uh, my uncle is semi-compromised, so if he starts behaving in an erratic fashion, disable, do not kill.
Disable,
Understood?
understood.
Great. That's
Hmm.
my only thing.
Okay, fair enough. The face dancer, of course, is just going to wait outside his quarters and just kind of follow him around the ship, taking his direction. Um, okay, unless there's anything else, we can move on to the next scene, which will let's see, which will take place on Arrakis with Zashir and Daphne and the associated peoples that were there previously.
Yeah,
So
costume
as
change.
yeah, take your time. Um, So after the most recent council that you held, Zoshir, with the rest of your counterparts, you made this. You issued some orders to uh, basically take some actions against the Harkonnen, um, or at least in this case, the thinking machines, to try to get back your coalition back in one cohesive whole. And Dr. Kynes and her particular entourage undertook a mission that caused them to come into contact with actual thinking machines, and they obliterated them, or so they think. They're under the assumption that they did, and with that demonstration, the siege in question joined your coalition. So now Merlat, your master's face dancer, spy master person, is wanting to take that next step in trying to disrupt Harkonnen operations within the Imperial Basin. Um, their previous ideas are still held out to you to engage with as you wish. You have he suggested utilizing the spy network that you acquired from your negotiations with the Idwali Fremen, and try to disrupt Harkonnen activities in that way. Stealing, destroying munitions, rescuing and releasing prisoners that were bound for Gidi Prime from Arrakis, eliminating key command personnel, sabotage spice productions, etc. The other option was to potentially use the guild satellites to monitor troop movements and prepare some sort of a ambush for the Harkonnens. The other things that he was suggesting that you may want to take into consideration is facilitating the funneling of arms and equipment for a massive mobilization against the two main cities in the Northern Hemisphere, Carthage and Arakeen. And the last one is the targeted assassination of either one or both of the Harkonnen heirs. That being Raban and Fade, of course. To their knowledge, the Baron is still alive and on Gidi Prime, and they don't want to fuck with that, if at all possible. But they feel like they can probably get to Fade and Raban in some manner if they put enough resources and such into it.
So I'm gonna sort of dive in here ahead of time and say that Daphne is not here when they discuss political assassination.
Sure.
Her plan is she's gonna take a large but not heroic dose of melange.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And do that thing where she has her ancestral memories from both lines. She has Norma's memories, which include Mohiam's memories. And she's just going to do a very intense meditation, trying to remember the first Butlerian jihad. Are there any vulnerabilities? Is there something we can use? And I imagine that's going to probably take her several hours.
It will. Give me a discipline roll. Normally I'd say difficulty 4, but because you're taking the spice and you're having, we'll say it's difficulty 4.
Okay.
You can automatically get 3 successes from your other memories. So basically you just have to make a difficulty 1 roll to kind of recall any kind of vulnerabilities or instances throughout the period of the jihad that could be utilized against this new enemy.
I'm absolutely gonna use a determination point because the stakes are really high on this one. It matters.
Sure.
It's important.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So did you use a point of momentum to roll a 3rd die? If you're using a point of determination, then that means that you would have rolled 1 less die.
Yes. Do you want me to re-roll?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
You can, let's see here. So that, we're going to say, you can use the Benny if you want to re-roll the 17, if you wish.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Drea just dropped a second Benny.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you remain with 1
17
Benny.
again.
Son,
Fate,
oh
fate has
gosh.
spoken. I'll take it. But I think with other memory and determination and my role, I should be okay.
Yeah. So you meet the four with the three and the yeah. So we'll just say that there's maybe like some misconceptions there about what you can actually use against a thinking machine. But yeah, you know that during the jihad that there was like a rush to try to create weapons that could affect them. They did manage to successfully utilize them at first using EMPs, like localized electromagnetic pulse weapons, and then later when the machines adapted to those tactics, they had to employ more intimate weapons, which is where you get like this pulse sword thing that they developed during the jihad to basically short circuit, like, and we're talking like thinking machines, like large, you know, monstrous things that have las gun emplacements and can cut down an entire line of infantry with one swipe of their beam, let's say. So they would use these weapons against them to short them out on a much more localized level that they couldn't shield against. Um,
Is
there's
there
a lot of different stuff
anything?
there.
Is there anything in the memories? Because she's specifically looking for like a solution to this problem of nanites colonizing people. Like,
The
did that
nanites didn't
happen?
exist. It didn't exist back then.
Oh,
This is new, and
okay.
that therein lies the problem.
All
You
right.
want to know what isn't new, though?
Yeah.
The back during the jihad, the machines utilized sicknesses that would specifically target humans.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I'm glad I sent Beatrice to Lilacs as soon as possible. Then. Um.
Yeah.
Instead of us spacing them.
Right. Um. Okay. Uh. All right. In that case, she might like examine her memories just for like about how EMPs work, how to deploy them, just in case the nanites are vulnerable to them. So it might be worthwhile to come up with like an EMP grenade or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because so far the only thing that the exiles from Tupal have developed is like this very invasive and painful, like almost like you can die from it, sort of treatment, which is what something that you and them were trying to figure out a less invasive way of doing it that wouldn't potentially cause somebody to die as part
yeah,
of the process of getting rid of the nanites.
which from Daphne's perspective, seeing Archibald doesn't even work.
Mm.
But it might be like Archibald, stand here, fire in the hole. Let's see
Well,
what happens.
you know that for Archibald specifically, like
Mm-hmm.
Allfather did something different where he basically imprinted its mind onto his. So like everything that Archibald is right now is his clone plus all of Allfather's like memories and
Okay.
what have you locked somewhere in deep within the recesses of his mind.
Not to be this nerd also, you
Mhm.
need targeted EMPs, because if you just threw
Ah,
an EMP grenade at a human, our hearts are electrical impulses. You cause a heart attack and kill them.
yeah.
Fair, good point. All right. One last thing that Daphne would like to do is use her prana bindu to be like, "Am I infected? How do I know?" And just
That's the shit you don't know.
turn very very inward and be like, "Am I carrying nanites?"
That's the problem. The people who are infected don't know it.
So using prana bindu, is there any way that she can use that to like try and diagnose if she has been infected?
Um, that's difficult. Let's say understand
Okay.
difficulty 5.
Oh
You can,
fuck.
and I'll let you get the focus for Prana Bindu, where like you can kind of like meditate, and you know, because you're taking spice and you're having this introspection moment, this meditation. So, you have a potential chance of figuring out how somebody could determine whether or not they're under the control of something like that.
Okay. Oh.
Well then,
All right. Well,
that's a definite
so
no.
I'm hitting the reroll button that I get for Pronabindo.
Well, you couldn't possibly get 5 off of 2 dice like that.
Okay.
You could re-roll the 20, of course, but like you would have to like pay threat to roll additional dice. Um, in this particular case, you'd have to probably give something like let's see, sheet of points says you'd have to give something like 6 threat to roll sorry, not 6. What am I talking about? You get 1 for 1, and you get 2 for 3, and you get 4 for 6. Sorry. Yeah. So you'd have to give something close to like 6 threat to be able to roll all 5 dice.
You zeroed out. Fuck it, we ball.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right.
5
So can
threat.
I
Okay.
re-roll the d20 first, and then re-roll the
Yeah, you may.
okay. Okay, that's a 5.
That's a success, and because it's underneath your skill, that gives you 2, so that you're up to 3. Now you need 2 more.
All right, but so I gave you the full 6 threats, so that gives me 3 more dice.
Let's see, you rolled 3 just there. Oh, sorry, you rolled 1, so you have 2, so you have 3 more.
Okay. Oh, fuck me.
Okay, so you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Fuck me.
God
Oh,
damn.
Payday Chester, just to get to hit that I win button over and over again.
For real. Yeah, it's too much. Okay, so
You
that's
have 6 threat though,
fine.
so
Fair enough. All right, so then you basically you figured out that on a minuscule way, your consciousness is constrained to like emote inside of your body, and you can kind of like, um, judging from everything that you've seen from the medical stuff that you and these guys have brought forward, you can kind of piece it together. Like okay, somebody who has their brain colonized by these things. Uh, would have there are some telltale signs that you would be able to find out through like a sort of innocuous means, like oh, take a blood test and then screen it this way, you would figure out like okay, this is how you could tell if somebody like this is being affected in that manner. They would show up in a blood test or this kind of test or what have you, and that's information you could put in your back pocket and use at a later time, which can kind of help you on potentially on the mission to Kaiten to determine which people have been infected, and have to potentially get rid of them, get rid of the infection. So
amazing.
there you have it.
So
Um,
I'm spending those hours.
sure, it takes you a while, but yeah, you come out of it drenched in sweat and like, oh shit, like you have this epiphany of like, I think I figured something out about all of this, and it's not something that can be found in the past, but found in the present. Um, for Zoshir, however, what does he want to do going forward now that he's gotten the support of this other siege? Like, how does he want to take the fight to the Harkonnens?
Uh, let's see. The options last time were go after the head, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I'll
were there
drop him
any
in the
other option?
I'll drop him in the Discord so you can see for yourself. Let's see.
Because that one I remember, distinctly
Right.
remember.
What say you?
I am really liking the idea of the use of the guild satellites to monitor troop movements and prepare a deadly ambush.
Okay, very good. Let's see.
We've got new toys. Let's play with them.
Why not? Okay. Let's see. So, by when it comes to you notice that the Harkonnens never go past a certain point on the meridian, right? So they mostly have their forts and everything like that set up on the northern hemisphere. They rarely, if ever, go into the deep desert, with the exception of like when it has to do with spice mining, spice production in particular. But that job has largely been taken over by the Sardaukar because they fuck everything up. So currently, they're the only ones who are undertaking that particular part of the planet. So you notice through the monitoring of the satellites that they're starting to move into different locations around the basin. Like they're basically establishing new forts around the rocky outcropping of the Imperial Basin to basically take complete control of it. Let's see here. You could try to. Yeah, you can try to assault those forts, or you can try to hit their production capabilities when it comes to spice. Is there anything in particular that you want to do in that particular area?
Could we actually combine two of those?
Hmm.
Combine the use of the guild satellites to target one of the Harkonnen siblings with a deadly ambush.
Yes, actually. So you learned from Merlat recently that Raban is planning on throwing himself a really big parade in Carthag,
That's
because
right.
there's going to be an unveiling there of a new statue of himself and his family. So Merlat was like, we could use that to during the parade to try to take him out.
My
Um,
only concern with that in specific is that security would be extra high.
Mm.
so, because Eric spotted to be in chat about this, I'll ask this to Moon. Would Moon prefer to go? Would you prefer Nadim go to Kaitane, or would you prefer Eloise gets you transport to Arrakis so you can fulfill your goal of murdering your Harkonnen brethren?
Um, I think Nadim would prefer to go to Arrakis, but I would prefer to be sent to Kaitane so I could complain
Oh,
about it.
oh God. In that regards, then I will honor player over player character. So,
Very good. All right, so yeah, you could potentially use the satellites to monitor Raban closely and then take him out. You can give me a understand roll of 2 or higher, and I'll give you an inspired idea potential that you
Stand
can
roll.
potentially take action on.
Okay.
Where it rarely
Oh,
gets brought up or used. You bring it up to Merlat, and he kind of like thinks it over. He's like, you use the satellites to target Raban. It's an excellent idea. Yes, we can do that. Let me know what you get here.
two
Two successes.
successes.
You remember a particular Harkonnen massacre of the Fremen people that involved things falling from the sky. Things called crushers. Imagine this: large Harkonnen vessels uh, in the shape of a giant metal ball, right? Like that is the transport. And inside are troops. So what they do is that they find their enemies, they get intelligence on where they're going to be, and then they position the crushers high in high orbit, and then they drop them right on their enemies' positions, thus crushing them. And after their enemies have been ground into chunky salsa, the doors on the crushers open up, and out come an outpouring of Harkonnen troops.
Shai Halud.
Nom 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 nom. I
So,
mean, it's fair.
if you wanted a little bit of poetic justice to eliminate one of the Harkonnen siblings, you could use their own weapons against them. The challenge, of course, would be in stealing one.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you
Oh
see,
no.
Merlat's like, a crusher, you say? Well, we can definitely make that happen now, can't we? I'll put my best people on it immediately, if you wish.
I like his spirit, and we'll go with it.
And thus, Zashir takes that first step in a very long and bloody road of targeting the enemy in this manner. It won't be. It may perhaps the first time that they've done this, but it certainly won't be the last. And that's where we'll stop.
Pretty dope.
Yay! Okay. That's all the time that we have for this week, everybody. But thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's just go around the table one more time to reintroduce our wonderful cast, beginning with Ambrose.
I have been Revenge. I've been Zoshir and also Lysander. You can find me here on Thursdays and every other Tuesday ish for Heart. And you can find me in the Stolen Fires Discord server as currently am Cloverling because St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Leo.
Hello, my name is Leo. You can find me here every Thursday playing Dune. And today I played Archibald. Two choices he's got: go to Ix or go to Kaitane. So,
You know you want to go to Kaitane.
but I want to go to Ix too. Like having unlimited like machine power would be quite awesome. Just
We got a whole campaign, honey. We can do this.
okay. Anyways, yeah.
All right. Almost said Nadim. Khaldun.
Hi, Khaldun Khalil. I was playing Nadim Harkonnen. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, Moon RPGs, or the STV Vault, where I write vampire books. Yeah.
Aaron.
Hello, Erin. Pronoun she, her, they, fair. I played Administrator Eloise tonight. Moving my friends' PCs like pods, which is, I'm really glad I play with a table of people who trust me and I trust. You can find me at Greg Atulu pretty much everywhere. Wednesday, I'll be recording a new session of Public Access. Thursday, you'll find me here. If you check my Blue Sky, I do a thing every Pride Month with friends called the Pride Parade. It's VTubers. We raid into each other on Twitch. This year, we're doing an extra special bonus zine. So there's a link to apply for that. So if you're queer and want to have your art, your writing, whatever, or if you want to join the Pride Parade, we don't do face streamers, so VTubers for the Pride Parade itself. The zine, though, is open to anyone. So yeah, that link is on my Blue Sky currently. But we're gonna try to have a really badass Pride Parade this year because they're trying to genocide the fuck out of trans people at a rapid pace now. It's fun. So fun.
And last but not least, of course, Rachel.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I am she, her. I'm Stolen Fires. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you want more cool Stolen Fires content, come back on Saturday where we got Prowlers and Paragons, a superhero RPG. It's a lot of fun. I play Captain Union, a steampunk Civil War variant of Steve Rogers. I even have a little hat that I wear.
Nice.
And then, yeah, we have just wrapped The Lost Mines of Phandelver. Much thanks to the people who are casting GM for that. Replacing it will be also next week. We're gonna have our wrap party for the Fandelver game, and then after that we're gonna start Embers of Humanity, post-apocalyptic survival RPG. And yeah, Heart on Tuesday sometime soon. But yeah, come back here on Thursdays for more adventures in the Imperium.
I've been Eric, aka Recluse Online. You can find me lurking around the Stolen Fires Discord occasionally. Thank you all for playing, and a big thanks to our viewers and fans for tuning in. Remember the links in the doobly-doo there in the chat for USCPR and PCRF.net. As always, bless the Maker and his water, bless the coming and going of him. May his passage cleanse the world, and may he keep the world for his people. Good night, everyone.
Good night.